I'm sorry.
I don't handle conflict.
Anything perceived as conflict, Jonathan immediately astral projects.
I mean, I like conflict either.
Well, I mean, this show is pretty much conflict, isn't it?
It has its moments,
I don't know. I'm pretty anxious the whole time.
but sometimes it has some good moments.
Oh, it has some good moments that we've been without for several weeks now, but that's all right because welcome everyone to Caging Greatness. That's right. We back, bitches. We back. No more special episodes of shit. No more guest starring on other places. No, we are back, and we are back with a special episode. My birthday episode. Woo! The episode, as we promised about a month ago.
It's been about 2 weeks.
Where I made all of the guys sit down and watch Dolph Lundgren movies with me. And I got to tell you, I had a hell of a time.
I mean, you didn't have to twist my arm. I was ready for this adventure.
I even said yes, but he just twisted my arm anyway.
Like, I'm fine.
Again,
what are you doing?
Jeez. Yeah, and you shot me in the kneecap.
Well, we were watching Punisher, and it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Well, you already have a leg up because you actually have the skull on.
Yeah, no, I wore that today just for... I wore my Punisher shirt just for today because I don't have a He-Man shirt.
Yeah.
And they didn't make shirts for Universal Soldier or for Showdown in Little Tokyo. I don't have a Rocky IV shirt.
I don't know.
So
we may have to do some digging.
Yeah. Like I said, I said it while we were watching Rocky IV tonight. If we ever find a shirt that has the flag that has Drago on it, the Russian communist flag with Ivan Drago painted on it, I want it so badly.
Oh yes, it was very nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, that's a little quick sneak preview for anyone who was paying attention of the movies that we watched, and the same as we did with the Van Damme episode, which this is sort of a soft sequel to, actually.
At least with one of them.
Yeah. Because it's both movies that I grew up with, my childhood, and also Van Damme's in one of these. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. The same thing like then. We're gonna talk about each movie individually. We're on a second wind. We started off the night very, 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 very tired.
We weren't sure we were going to do it tonight.
We weren't feeling it, and then, God damn it, I would say it's safe to say we were inspired.
Rocky IV does that, man. So I don't think we need to go through the plot of each movie. I don't think it really matters that much because we want everybody to watch the movies. But we'll talk about our favorite parts, that sort of thing, give our ratings. The normal razzmatazz.
Yeah, the general impressions of what you thought about said movie.
That's right.
Yup.
And, of course, here on Caging Greatness, where we discuss the movies of mostly Nicolas Cage, but usually some of their stuff, too.
Yeah, don't pay no mind to the fact that our batting average is like more than a half, not Cage. But listen, no matter how over time we go or how off topic we go, it all comes back to Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, because this also helps in that this extends the life of the show.
Yeah.
Because if we just did a Nicolas Cage movie every week, we'd only have 2
years worth of
material. Like 2 years and maybe some change because he's still making stuff.
Yeah, he's made 120 plus movies.
Yeah, he had 3 coming out this year.
Yeah, I think it's like 118 as of right now. And then if we stretch and include the TV shows, the history of swear words, that sort of thing, we could stretch it to 120 or so episodes of pure Cage.
Yeah, I mean, I believe I've said it on an episode before. Granted, you will run out of Cage material eventually. But that being said, didn't something come out in the news recently that in an interview he said he is not retiring?
Yeah, no. Somebody asked him. Somebody asked him when he's going to retire. He said never.
He's going to go in the grave making the movie.
You're goddamn right.
And plus, to what Shimmy said, in addition to extending the longevity of the show outside of Cage's own perpetuity in filmmaking, it helps break it up. As much as we love Cage, even as much as you love something, if you eat it every day, you consume it every day, you start to wear down. So taking these breaks, these little tangents and these little alternate paths keeps us refreshed and doing other things. That way when we come back to Cage, which we inevitably will, we won't get burned out, because burnout is a huge part of regular content making.
Oh yeah, no, burnout's a huge part of modern day life. I'm pretty sure I'm in the middle of some pretty bad burnout now, because every day when I open up or close the shop, just about every day I feel like crying. It's terrible. I'm going to have to do something soon. But anyway, so movies. The other part of this that I really enjoy is that I get to share these movies that I love with you guys. Because only Jonathan had seen Rocky IV before tonight.
Yeah.
The best Rocky.
This was the first time I've seen a actual Rocky film.
Yeah, none of you had seen Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Nope.
I don't think any of you had seen Universal Soldier.
No.
Cannon and I had seen Masters of the Universe.
Oh, boy,
but it had been many years since you've seen it.
Very much
And I think
so.
the same for Punisher, too.
Yeah, it's been a while for Punisher as well, even though it was definitely sooner for Punisher than Masters.
Right. So I'm
Still
excited. I was excited to watch these movies with you guys, and I was excited to talk about them now. So let's get into it, because God knows how long this second win's going to last.
Well, wrong show. My bad. Getting sued.
So,
We're getting sued.
So, Shim, should we start with the first movie we watched?
I think we should start with Universal Soldier. Just because it's the soft sequel to the Van Damme episode, and it's a good lead-in.
This
The
is true.
transitionary.
Right. So let's start with Universal Soldier. Now, this is a movie starring Jean-Claude and Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
About deceased Vietnam veterans who were resurrected by a shadowy covert op from the government that turns out they weren't officially part of the government, to fight battles and do like SWAT team shit. And then everything goes wrong when they remember who they are, because it turns out Van Damme and Lundgren do not like each other.
Oh, no.
You mean to tell me the U.S. government has done shady shit against its veterans and the military in general?
It's weird, right?
That seems a bit.
Very weird.
I don't know. It seems a little weird. I can't imagine it.
All right, so let's go around. We'll start on my right. Also, Cannon, don't forget to rate Rocky.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
You gotta have a little mystery here.
I'm just saying.
Just a wee bit. You know all of my ratings for every other movie.
Yeah,
And you already know I loved it.
Oh, no, it was great.
2 stars.
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding.
Pain.
On second blush, I don't think it was as patriotic as it could be. I don't think they loved America enough.
I didn't see Cody Rhodes anywhere in that movie.
I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes' whole aesthetic came from this movie.
I know.
Cody Rhodes watches Rocky IV and beats off.
Well, for like 6 months when I started wrestling, I'm like, that's Ivan Drago. When I saw fucking Cody.
See, Cody Rhodes is what happens when Rocky Balboa and Ivan Drago do the fusion dance.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, like, all you need is Miro and Cody Rhodes, and you can recreate fucking Rocky.
I mean, don't give him too many ideas.
All right, so starting to my right with Jonathan, we'll go around, we'll give our reviews for Universal Soldier. Jonathan, what'd you think?
Like most Van Damme movies, didn't really know many of them until about a week before the Van Damme episode.
You are welcome.
And most of those movies I fucking love. And there's part of me that could really appreciate the buttfuck nature of this movie, but it was something about the Neil Breen-like production that just kind of turned me off. It was kind of ugly.
Are you sure you're not talking about Showdown in Little Tokyo right now?
Hey, no spoilers for the rest of the episode.
No, I'm just saying, like, you said Neil Breen production. I was just like, wait.
Because Universal Soldier is a Roland Emmerich joint.
Yeah,
yeah.
Granted, like that may be a little harsh. I'll reel that safe.
I was about to say,
Walk that one back there,
A
brother.
little grumpy there, pal.
I can't wait for a future Neil Breen. Why are you charging so much for burnt DVD ass movies, dude? God damn.
For real, like if they weren't like fucking $75, I would buy a fucking movie.
Exactly.
Literally coming in like paper sleeves from goddamn home Office Depot.
Oh yeah, but
Universal Soldier.
Universal Soldier, yeah, is something about this movie didn't click with me, like with like Hard Target or whatever, and I do think some of the production, like I mean, this is probably one of Roland Emmerich's first films that comes off looking a little cheap, and I mean, and granted, it's the early '90s.
About to say, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just kind of throws me back to that point in film history, or American film history anyway. And I'm just not a fan of the aesthetic all around. But that's just me. And like if someone were to say this is their favorite Jean-Claude movie, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't like fight them on it. It's like it's It's a fairly solid movie. I think I gave it 2 stars.
Yeah,
It's like a little like
correct, yeah.
like if 5 is an average, or I'm getting my scales mixed up. Fuck. It's, if 2.5 is average, then 2 to me is a little under average.
Yeah. This was also his 4th or 5th, because I don't recognize some of these, so I can't say for sure. 4th or 5th movie.
Oh,
But he
well.
followed it up with Stargate, which is a classic. Straight into Independence Day, which is fucking Independence Day.
Classic.
Right into Godzilla.
Ooh.
But he rebounded with The Patriot, which is still my favorite Mel Gibson movie, honestly. I like that movie. It was one of Heath Ledger's first roles. It was very good.
I remember that movie very distinctly.
What's all this beef with Independence Day? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think a lot of the goodwill was lost after they did the second one.
I mean, that shouldn't disparage the first one. It was silly, but it was fantastic.
It really was.
I have very strong memories of Independence Day.
I've seen the second one. I don't remember
The-
fuck all.
Yeah, it's
Independence Day is a weird movie for me in that like it depends on what mood I wake up in,
Yeah.
whether I like the movie or not. Because there's some just unforgivably stupid shit in that movie.
But do you know what doesn't have?
However, if you do not at least chuckle or are a little charmed with Will Smith say, "Yeah, Sarge, just want to kick ET's ass, that's all." Like, if your heart doesn't grow 3 sizes that day, then you're just a fucking homunculus.
It could also be an age difference thing. Because, like, Ken and I saw it when we were kids, and Pat, you weren't far off from there.
Yeah, I remember. I had the
Yeah.
toys. I remember seeing it.
Oh yeah, I was like 2 when that movie came out.
Yeah, it wasn't too long before the clapper.
Oh,
so,
no, I knew it. Oh, God.
so John gave Universal Soldier 2 stars.
Dust.
Pat, what did you think of Universal Soldier?
Yeah, Universal Soldier. Of course, first time watching any of these movies. I will say, like, I was kind of surprised how much I enjoyed it. Like, this is very, like, silly, like, bordering on sci-fi military action movie. But there's something about the silliness that I was just vibing with. I enjoyed it. It's kind of hard to, like, make any, like, really big judgments about the film. But I was just along for the ride, and I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. And my review on Letterboxd says this is the most submissive and breedable Jean-Claude Van Damme has ever been.
Also, just for reference, John's review said, Van Damme got a donk.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking
there was-
John Claude
it's
is
true.
double cheeked
It's
up
true.
on a Thursday.
There was a
afternoon.
lot
Like,
of
he's got a
ass.
fat ass, and this movie is like, of course, a lot of the Jean-Claude, they're horny for him, but this movie goes out of its way
Lot of naked
to
Jean-Claude.
ogle Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, he's got his fat bubble butt, bubble bass ass just like glistening with baby oil.
Like, I think this is the only example of male objectification in media.
And I will say, this is probably the only time I thought, Jean-Claude's kind of hot.
So, Cannon,
Yes.
to answer a question you had watching this one, just to throw it out there, you probably recognize the female lead from the movie Kazam.
You know what?
With
I did my research
Shaquille.
after, and I saw that, and you're absolutely right.
With-
That is where I recognize that actress from.
Thanks to AEW star Shaquille O'Neal.
AEW's own Shaquille O'Neal. I can't wait for that figure.
Yeah.
The Shaq-a-roni is great. Shaq. 10 out of 10.
We'll Shaq-a-roni again.
It's his oversized pepperoni pizza with exactly 66 pepperonis.
I mean, I tried it myself. It was fine. Probably the best Papa John's I've had.
I want one with
Yeah.
666 pepperoni.
that's the devil roni.
That is just a block of pepperoni.
Cannon, what'd you think of Universal Soldier? And
Well-
there it is.
Hey, first off, happy birthday again.
Thank
I
you.
had to celebrate that with a cola, not a full-blown cola. I got to watch out. Don't want to go too crazy tonight,
Right.
I mean, but
But it is cherry. It has a hint of cherry.
That's fair.
Cannon, what's that cooler next to your feet there?
Oh, beer. I got one of those open right here, too, but they're bottles. So that's the only open can you're going to hear tonight, folks. Sorry.
That's fair.
But Universal Soldier, I've noticed the longer we've been doing this show that as a kid, I guess as a stupid habit, I would watch sequels to movies and then just like, I guess just watch the originals later on in life.
Sounds like my mother.
Yeah, I thought about that because, like, for instance, Die Hard. I love Die Hard. The first one I ever saw was Die Hard with a Vengeance.
No,
And
fair.
if I say, a pretty solid one to start off with.
Yeah, the second best Die Hard.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I wouldn't disagree.
100%.
I like that. I feel like that's an objective fact. Like
But
theory of relativity.
I don't mean to upset Shimmy a little bit here with what I'm about to say.
Say it.
But the first Universal Soldier movie I ever saw was, I believe, The Return, starring Bill Goldberg.
No, that's fair.
Of course, you know, wrestling. Are all the wrestlers in this movie? I'm going to watch it.
I mean, that was most people's first ones. The only reason I saw the Universal Soldier 1 first is because I was in the video store before The Return came out.
Was Return the second one?
That's like the third or fourth one.
Yeah, they did a Universal Soldier 2, and then Return was like the third one.
Oh, okay.
They've done like 5. Scott Adkins has been in most of them.
I was about to say, there's a lot of fucking
Scott
Universal
Adkins,
Soldiers.
you're doing the Lord's work making all these direct-to-DVD action movies.
I think we mentioned before on the show at one point, somebody asked him, like, you know, what your career is like. And he's like, look, I know what my career is. If I'm in a movie, it's probably a 3rd or 4th sequel to something else. It's got a 2 or 3 after it.
It's like, I don't know what I'm going to be, but I can guarantee he's got a 2 or 3 in it.
I mean, I appreciate that. He knows what he's doing. He's making his money.
Hell yeah,
made-
cash that check, baby. But this is my first time seeing Universal Soldier. I don't really have an excuse as to why it's eluded me all this time, but watching it, I was able to take it at what it was. It was a very early 90s action movie, and definitely not the worst early 90s action movie I've seen. I did say 90s, right?
Yeah,
Earlier.
yeah, you
Okay.
did. Yeah.
But I thought, and since this is a Lundgren-off or Lundgren-a-thon,
Yeah.
I thought his performance in this movie was pretty good. I thought he conveyed the points he was trying to make through his acting.
Toi.
Yeah, this is one of the more animated bits of Lundgren that we
Even
get.
though I talked about it, well, I mean, we will talk about it here in a bit, but there was a moment in the movie where even though I got the point of it, even I thought it was a little much. But that being said, to the point, I believe I gave Universal Soldier 3.5.
You did.
I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would, to be honest.
It's a solid film, and that's another reason I wanted to start off with this one, because out of all of them, I feel like this is the one that we're going to have the least to really say about, because it wasn't bad. It's just, it's a 1992 very inoffensive Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren action movie.
Yeah.
You know, there's some funny bits. The stuff in the restaurant that we'll get to briefly. And
Like when he's naked.
yeah, he's naked a lot. He's just busting through walls and shit. Like, there's some...
He's the goddamn Kool-Aid, man. He busted like 5 walls in a row.
Not a split in sight, though, by Van Damme.
Yeah, no, like the closest thing were some of those like sort of split kicks that he did towards the end.
He did some pretty high kicks, as he's wont to do.
But yeah, it's not a bad movie by any stretch. It's just the one that I think for all of us hit us the least. Because even for me, I grew up with this movie. I enjoy this movie very, very much. I still only gave it 3.5 stars. It's good, but it's not excellent.
Yeah.
You know, it's not what I want out of an early 90s, late 80s action movie.
I mean,
not
it
Time
doesn't
Cop.
set your heart on fire.
It's too polished. It's too clean.
It's too good.
Did anybody catch what I said?
Yes, you said time, just glossing
no
over
Time Cop. That it is not. Which I only gave, half a star more?
I remember you liking Time Cop pretty well.
I fucking dug Time Cop. It was dumb as hell, but I loved it.
I wanted to love that movie.
All right.
I really did.
It's a really early bit in the movie, right?
Right.
It has nothing to do with the plot whatsoever, but there's like a hostage situation at the very beginning.
Yeah, that's where they debut the Unisols, which
Yeah.
is short for Universal Soldier.
Yeah, because who has the time to say Universal Soldier?
Not this movie.
Like, not whatsoever.
Unisols.
But there's this man in the crowd of hostages that was, I'm assuming this was his wife or his girlfriend that he was, zip tied with at the time. But he can't use his arms; they're behind his back. But the motion he's doing with his head and his mouth, it's almost like he is trying to unhinge his jaw and just digest his wife's whole noggin.
It's like,
and that little bit bothers me. I don't know why.
This evil American is trying to kill my wife, but if she's in my tummy, he can't get her.
And then shortly after that, when the Unisols save the day, a homeboy who's munching on his wife's hair just like breaks out of the restraints himself. I don't think that shot was supposed to be in the frame.
Well, I mean, it probably were like they were fake restraints, obviously.
Yeah.
And he just accidentally busted out of them, and the shot was so quick they kept it in because it wasn't worth trying to try.
Thought we didn't notice, but we did.
Okay,
totally noticed.
See, I thought when the fella busted out, he was just like a plant, like he was actually one of a secret soldier, and he's like, oh, okay, so it's all over now.
But I mean,
he was a stunt hostage, folks.
It's a stunt granny.
Tiny Lister was also in this movie,
Yes.
just
R.I.P.
sort of standing around, looking grumpy.
Yeah.
He
As he does, as he did.
Dolph Lundgren plays a crazy guy who just went totally out of his mind in Vietnam, started killing locals and collecting ears, and
Yeah.
he and Van Damme sort of wake up in the middle of their Unisol missions. Van Damme escapes with a journalist. Lundgren goes after him while also getting more and more crazy to what he used to be, collecting ears. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just...
It's also a big dude refrigerator. And the whole time I kept wondering, is this spunky gal reporter, she's going to have to do this, the solemn duty of teaching this corpse how to fuck again?
Oh, God.
Yeah, they never actually ended up with a lot of sexual tension. Even in the end, all they did was hug.
They just hugged. A funny bit that I thought when they finally take John Claude back home, that he's just like in this fucking little house on the prairie ass home
Louisiana
farm,
farm, yeah.
and then his Louisiana Cajun French mother is like, John.
Yeah, this is the second movie where they tried to pass off his accent as, oh, just a crazy Cajun, it's fine.
It's like, yeah, this fits.
But it's not a bad movie. It's like, so you can probably tell from how we're talking about it. There's just not a whole hell of a lot to say.
Well, we probably would have had more to say if we had like a bit like we recorded right after. But it just has been a few days since.
Yeah, but if it was the only thing we had to talk about, like if we didn't just watch Showdown in Little Tokyo immediately fucking after, it probably would have hit better. But that movie. Oh my God, that movie!
I don't know. I still got some things to say about Universal, the
go ahead
Unisol,
then.
if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right, and it's another one of my little stupid ass gripes. Okay, so, the very beginning shot, we see them in Vietnam. Both dead, immediately put on ice, and then regenerated. What, 92? What is this?
25 years later.
Yeah.
And all right, so. And, of course, they start getting back to how they were back in the day, back into their own mindsets. I love how Dolph Lundgren's character, just goes back to his old habits. He's back to slicing and dicing ears, ready to just go back to war, right? But for some reason, Jean-Claude Van Damme forgets how to goddamn eat.
It's like
He doesn't know how a knife and fork work.
What is food?
This does not compute.
Well, I will say, Jean-Claude plays a good robot.
He plays a good dumbass.
He plays a good dumbass.
That guy's fucking stupid.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck him.
I mean, you got to see where I'm coming from here,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, totally.
I can see that as one perspective. Like it seems like why is Dolph Lundgren's character just instantly back to human cognitive abilities, or John Claude has to slowly regain it. But I guess in one way it shows the what John Claude's character has to overcome, because if he's it's more of I guess it's intentionally more dramatic when he's like, oh, I'm still trying to figure this self out, and Dolph's character's like, I'm back to bad because I'm just that evil. It shows this is what he has to stand up against, because he has to slowly regain his humanity, where Dolph Lundgren just I'm back right out the gate. That's how efficient and evil I am, how powerful I am, and that's shows the disparity between their abilities and what he has to fight against.
Also-
and then Dolph Lundgren gets the fucking super soldiers here.
And if we're gonna go into like legitimate scientific explanations for Roland Emmerich's 1992 film Universal Soldier,
Goddamn right we are.
there's something to be said for muscle memory, because if you're like Van Damme's character clearly knows how to fight. He's probably like raised in martial arts before he went to war.
Yeah.
So that would come more naturally to him than eating if he had his memory wiped, because muscle memory is a thing. So
Yeah, because he trained so hard that he
Still
forgot
don't buy it.
he forgot about everything except martial arts
Still not
and breathing.
Like,
He got uploaded that disc from the Matrix.
am I making this up? Was there a part in the movie where we saw Dolph Lundgren eat something?
no, there was a part in the supermarket where the large Unisol that was working with Dolph that wasn't Tiny Lister
Yeah.
was eating raw steak in the supermarket.
Yes. You see, if that guy can nom down on a
Well,
steak.
he didn't have to use a fork,
No, he didn't.
and
He
it was
just-
raw,
it
so he was
straight up
very
meat.
confused.
raw
It's
meat.
like,
This is how these things go.
I mean, I like my steaks bloody, but goddamn.
Pretty sure that was Rolf Mueller. Yeah, it was Rolf Mueller.
What I thought was funny is
Love
that
that
when the one surviving scientist decides to grow a conscience, like I got to stop these guys, and
Played by the smoking man from X-Files.
yeah, he gives a grenade to like the big end of the Universal Soldiers and to blow up. I feel like he could have just ran away and let the Optimus Prime ass bus blow up with them on it. But it's like, I guess I got to take myself out with it.
Oh man! Also, they loved that bus in that movie, didn't they?
Oh, they definitely
Like-
showed a few times. It goes just like expanding out.
I didn't catch this at the time. I don't think any of us did, because I still couldn't tell you where he was. But apparently, Michael Jai White was in this movie as like an extra.
Michael
soldier
Jai
at some point,
White?
yeah.
Where?
As like a kid.
Like a young Michael Jai White. He was a soldier.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's dynamite.
it's weird.
Damn.
Weird stuff.
AEW Black Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Spawn himself.
You know, I saw somebody in some fucking comment section somewhere. I don't remember what it was from, but like something along the lines of, God, why the fuck did Christopher Nolan put Michael Jai White in this movie? He's just not good in anything he's in. I'm just like, first of all, he's in the movie for like, 3 minutes, if that.
Yeah, not long.
Second of all, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. That wasn't actually the guy that played the Smoking Man. I got him confused with Leon Rippey.
Yeah, because wasn't he in The Patriot?
He was, yeah.
Another
Same guy. Just
Roland Emmerich
completely
joint?
different. And Raw Deal, that Schwarzenegger film. And The Lone Ranger that nobody saw.
Because I
And
wasn't
Stargate.
doubting you, but when I saw him, I thought it was that dude. But I've never seen the X-Files, so I didn't know who the
They
fuck
look
Smoking
very
Man was.
similar.
Yeah.
See, I thought he was the Lamprey Man from the X-Files.
He might have been.
I
It's
thought
been
he was
forever since
Scully.
I've seen the X-Files. Yeah, no, that's totally Gillian Anderson. I'm just an idiot.
man.
Sorry.
Remember, I haven't seen it. So
What an
fuck you.
attractive lady she is.
David Duchovny is a very
Yeah.
attractive lady.
Yeah,
Just wait till we get to Twin Peaks.
Oh, I still haven't seen that either.
keep
So-
in your pants, David Duchovny.
I mean, that is a very accurate statement. Twin Peaks, David Duchovny is a very attractive lady.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Evolution is an underrated film.
It really is.
Yes.
I enjoyed that one.
It was
love that
kind of
fucking
like
movie.
Ghostbusters
Like that one and Eight-Legged Freaks were two of my favorite ridiculous B-level sci-fi movies
from
the
like the
90s and 2000s.
the late 90s, late mid 90s.
Oh man, I don't think I can even find that on Blu-ray. I've tried.
So yeah, Universal Soldier.
Universal
It wasn't a
Soldier.
bad time.
Wasn't a bad
So
time at all.
I'd say it was even a fun time.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it was a good time. Like it's not going to be one of our highest rated things, obviously, but it's not fucking bad.
Not bad at all.
Next.
So, do we want to work backwards through the Dolph Lundgren filmography in a chronological order, like reverse chronological order, or do we want to just start and go with what we watched ourselves in that order?
I figured we just go and end our viewing order. As good as any.
Okay, so that means up next is The Punisher.
The Punisher.
Punisher, I barely know her.
So, The Punisher, I have long said that the Dolph Lundgren version is probably my favorite live action Punisher.
Interesting.
I said it when there was just the 2 movies, even though I love the Thomas Jane one, which I'm sure we'll watch at some point in a Travolting Development episode.
Maybe.
I definitely said it after the Ray Stevenson Punisher, because that movie was not great.
No, it wasn't.
Ray Stevenson would be a great Punisher in a better movie.
Yes, 100%.
I
But
can't even remember what Ray
The premise of that movie irritates the shit out of me because it's Punisher accidentally kills an undercover cop, and so he's like, "Oh, I fucked up. I killed a cop. I'm done. I'm quitting forever." Like, no, he wouldn't.
Bless you.
One, Frank would have done much more reconnaissance, and he would have known that it was an undercover cop. 2, he would have shrugged and continued on with what he was doing. It's as dumb as Val Kilmer Batman shutting everything down because Nicole Kidman's psychiatrist batted her eyes at him. That shit doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's like the Punisher. He's killed way more people for way less.
Yeah, like he'll never intentionally kill a cop. That's one of his rules. But if they put themselves in the middle of a scumbag and a bullet, he's gonna let it happen.
It's like, what happens? What happens?
If he dies, he dies. Yeah. And the Barenthal Punisher, I really like. I just never felt like he got to that level of the actual Punisher.
In what way?
Well, it's just between the ending of the Daredevil season and the beginning of Punisher season 1, he quits punishing. That doesn't feel like Frank either. He just starts working construction. Because the whole point of Daredevil season 2 was he's becoming the Punisher by finding the people that killed his family. I'm going to get him, and then he's going to continue. And then season 1 of Punisher opens up, and he's just working construction with a big bushy beard.
In season 2 of Daredevil, like of course, the plot got really screwy with the Punisher on Netflix. But like I thought he thought he found out who killed his family. So like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no, he did. But then he showed up with the vest on to help the final battle with Daredevil and Elektra and all that jazz.
Yeah,
and just walked off like, "See you around," while he's wearing the fucking skull and shit. And then Punisher season 1, they just roll all that back. Like, no, he's got to remember that he's the Punisher and he's there to punish. Nah, that's not. That doesn't fit.
Well, he killed all the bad guys.
All of them. Every bad guy in New York.
Every bad guy there is, he killed them.
All of them.
He got them all.
Yep.
Next state. Let's go.
It's a Punisher world tour.
Like I love Barenthal. He's a great Frank Castle. Great.
Yeah, and he's definitely the most attracted Punisher.
I just thought that the format of the long form TV show, and especially opening up like that, where he has to get dragged back into all of it, I just thought that didn't make sense given the end of his introduction in Daredevil season 2. That was my only gripe.
Well, there I go, killing again.
But overall, I love the Punisher, the 1989 Punisher with Dolph Lundgren, because it's like outside of being an adaptation of the book, it's a very solid late 80s action movie.
It's very late 80s.
Yeah. So let's do the thing. Jonathan, what'd you give it? Do you need me to look it up for you?
Oh, I can look it up.
I think I remember
you didn't
what
last
they gave
time.
it.
You just got a beep boop on your phone there.
I have it.
I got a beep boop on my phone, exactly.
Got a beep boop.
Oh, I was wrong. Never mind. I would have been a liar.
I'll get to it eventually.
Oh yeah, we'll
want me
just
to say
fill
it?
this dead
I
air.
know
It's
it.
fine.
I know
It's
it.
fine.
I know what it is.
Oh,
I know what it is. Okay.
Killing some time.
Yeah, I gave it about a 3 out of 5. I thought it was really fun. To be honest, I don't really remember a lot from it. Like we're gonna have to talk, and y'all are gonna have to jumble my brain because this was
the first one we watched, and it's been about
I think a full
over a week.
Yeah, like a full week.
Yeah, no, that's fair. The basic overview is police officer Frank Castle's wife and children are killed. He lives in the sewer. He's pissed about it. Lou Gossett Jr. is trying to hunt him down. He's got a drunk actor guy that he uses as his informant.
Okay,
and then the Yakuza are breaking into the regular mob areas, and the leader of the mob in America, all their kids get kidnapped and shit. So Punisher has to go save them, except for the lead guy's kid, who is kidnapped separately. So then Punisher and the main bad mafia guy have to team up to go rescue the kid from the Yakuza, or else they'll kill Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah, okay, now it's coming back now. And
Right.
like it was just a solid, like you said, late 80s action movie. Doesn't, it is what it is. No extra bells and whistles.
Yeah. Probably the biggest issue I think that Ken and I had, because we'll get into it, is just the lack of a skull.
Yeah.
There's no symbol.
Was there any particular...
The director wanted to keep it separate from the comics. He thought the look in the comics was silly, so he made it more realistic, which at the time makes sense, because in the comics at the time, the skull was big and it was on his chest, and it was like bullet housings that were the teeth, and he was in spandex with white gloves, white boots, just real superhero-y. He wasn't the I have a t-shirt and a black jacket Punisher that we know and love now.
Well, I will say that didn't stop whoever fucking photoshopped this picture that's on Letterboxd. It's Dolph Lundgren with the 2004 Thomas Jane Punisher logo, not on the shirt, but like just on the side of his button-up shirt.
I think they did that for the DVD promotional stuff to let you know who it was.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. So Jonathan, 3.5? 3. Pat, what did you think?
For me, I also gave it a 3 as well. I did enjoy it. I guess I was a little underwhelmed in the sense that, like, I guess I was thinking it'd be another one of, like, the balls to the wall, crazy 80s action. And, like, there's still, like, some good, solid action in it. Although, I guess it just definitely feels a bit more restrained. And it's not like, it ain't just wacky, folks, but... It's still a good movie. It's still fun. I did think this movie is actually a stealth sequel to Kindergarten Cop 2.
Mm-hmm. Despite being made many years before it.
Yeah, when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because his old partner, his old friend, is the black cop, and he has a rapport with all these little kids he saves. And then in Kindergarten Cop 2, he plays a cop whose best friend is a black cop, and he hangs out with a bunch of little kids trying to get them all riled up.
Kindergarten Cop 2, Dolph, is a variant of Frank Castle.
Y'all have well, the people at home don't know how hard I pushed to add that one to our watching list for this show. God, I wanted it so bad.
I mean, there's plenty of good Dolph stuff. We could always do a round 2 in the future.
Man.
Also, this is just me, but I really like the outfit that the evil lady Yakuza had in the dinner scene. Like, that was a pretty awesome outfit.
Yeah, no, they were very 80s businesswoman chic. It was good stuff.
Like, the homegirl had like a fucking just snatched waist. She had like the shiny black, like almost spandex, like jacket, big flare, like lapels, and had like the weird blade earrings. Like, she was like, she had it together. Although, like, it is a little questionable, the whole like, oh, the Asians are the bad guys in this. In a lot of 80s movies, it seems like it's like they just discovered Japan and like Japanese aesthetic.
Well, it's because that was right around the time, if I'm not mistaken, that the Yakuza actually started being more well known outside of Japan. So it's it's like how in the 2000s there were 18 things where like the climate change is gonna kill the world, like Day After Tomorrow and like all the disaster type movies. It's just some things enter the public consciousness for Hollywood at the same time, and then that shit happens.
Well, in the 80s was an economic boom for Japan, and I know that caused like a lot of American anxiety, because it's like, what if they unseat us, even though it's kind of irrational.
Yeah. Also, do you know that scene where the lead evil Yakuza lady has the Punisher and the drunk alcoholic actor on the stretchy rack to torture them?
Yeah.
And she starts like running her metal finger pinky thing up and down Lundgren's chest.
Yeah.
That was not in the script. She just started doing that because she was really into Dolph's body.
No, I can see that.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah, it is.
But I feel like that's a fair ad lib to do, and like it shows off her weird little pinky thing,
Right, and this his physique at that time, Dolph's that was the slimmest he had been in a long time, because
Dolph was skinny mini.
He bulked up in '85 for Rocky.
Yep.
Stayed bulked for '87's He-Man, and then slimmed down so he could fight better for Punisher.
I mean, yeah, he would have more maneuverability.
Yeah.
And just being a big old wall of muscle.
Just a hoss. Cannon.
Yes.
What'd you think of Punisher? You love the character. He's one of your favorites.
Yes, I absolutely love the Punisher, and I had not seen this version in some years. I remember seeing it as a kid. I'm not sure if I'd seen it a time after that. until now. But like pretty much the same assessment that everybody else has. Like as far as movies are concerned, I think it's a pretty solid action movie for the time. But it feels like it could have been something else without being the Punisher. Because I'm sorry, no skull. It's kind of a deal breaker.
I mean, you could have called the movie kind of anything,
Yeah.
and it still would have fit.
And go ahead.
And plus, I think I remember reading that this is one of the few adaptations of a Marvel comic that Marvel doesn't really associate with it. I think it's this and the Fan Forced It. They're kind of like, yeah, I don't know, we don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it's the movie has a feel like Escape from New York, The Warriors, that sort of like Death Wish. That was the movie I was trying to think of. It was like Death Wish.
It's very Death Wish.
But
And while I do love that type of aesthetic for a movie, it is, at least in this movie, it's kind of off-putting.
Yeah, there definitely is like a lot of the whole like urban decay.
Yeah.
that was present in like a lot of like late '80s films.
Or even like through the 70s.
Yeah.
It was
but
like-
it's something about this one, like it definitely, in a way, it feels a little more maudlin.
Yeah, they were definitely making it feel serious.
I thought the homeless actor side character was fun.
Oh, I loved him. He's probably my
I thought
favorite.
he did a really good job. As far as Lundgren's look goes, I mean, obviously no skull. However, I will say this: nicest fucking head of hair on a Punisher I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, fantastic. The look was good.
It's definitely jarring when you know Dolph Lundgren all this time to be like a platinum blonde. He has just raven black hair.
Yeah.
But also his beard is literally like grease paint.
It's painted on.
That is not real facial
stubble.
hair.
That is
Well,
paint.
the thing, like, a lot of the interviews I've seen have alluded to that being a choice by the director, to where it's not supposed to be stubble. It's supposed to kind of be grease paint to give his face the shape and definition of a skull. Same way they put like skulls on the knives and shit. It doesn't work, but that's what they were going for.
I'm changing my review. Hold on. I'm glad I haven't said my star rating yet.
Also, like, I think putting like the painted on stubble kind of plays into the very harsh geometry of Dolph Lundgren's face, because it really just accentuates his very like pronounced cheekbones and like square jaw. It just made him seem almost like a Picasso painting.
Have y'all ever seen the kid who has like the square ass head? He kind of looks like that.
That makes a lot more sense now, because he also has like a lot of like dark around the eyeballs. He looks like all he does is all the heroin.
Yeah, no, he sits there naked in the sewer getting angry.
Yeah.
Are you
I thought that
there,
was so
God?
funny that he's literally just sitting like butt ass naked doing like some like meditation pose and just like the grime and grit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the fucking the grim dark Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle about to bust in there. It's like cowbunga dude, bang bang.
As
Surprise, this is a prequel to As Above, So Below.
as far as his portrayal of the Punisher, definitely not my favorite. But it's like I said, like I feel like this movie maybe actually could have benefited a little bit by not even being associated with the comic book character. Like, just call it, like, I don't know, Cobra 2. Put some aviators on him or something. But I will say, I still had a fun time with it. I gave it 3 stars. And, fun fact for the table, in a segment that I haven't been able to bring back in a long time, and goddamn, I'm glad to bring it back now. It is Actors and Things That You've Watched That Are Also in The Shield. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't recognize, and I'm sorry, I'm probably going to butcher this name, Kim Miori?
Yeah, probably.
That sounds about right. Who played Lady Tanaka, the main villain of this film.
Yeah.
She also played a little character in The Shield by the name of Mrs. Park, the woman who ran the underage sex club. In that one episode of The Shield.
So she goes from one role where she exploits and endangers children to another.
If it makes you feel better about the logo, too, the director has expressed regret for not using it.
Yeah, dumbass.
Hey,
Well, again, at the time, the only costume was the spandex white boot, white gloves.
I would have preferred that.
it wouldn't have worked
Give
for
me
the
that.
movie he was making.
That
though.
would have been.
Like,
I would have given it 4 stars.
He
yeah.
should have just given him a shirt with a skull on it, but that wasn't a thing that had happened in the books at that point.
Oh yeah,
so it's
he
fine.
could have just made up his own Punisher,
not
like
fine.
just like taking inspiration from the comic and just like I'm gonna make my OC version of Punisher.
And this is coming
I mean,
from
I guess
somebody-
he kind of did with this.
I used to hate the original look of the Punisher. I used to just hate the shit out of that. But the older I get, goddamn it, the more it grows on me. I wouldn't mind seeing that in like a multiverse type of situation that we got brewing in the MCU right now.
Sort of like Old Man Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But
So,
yeah.
what'd you rate this?
3 stars.
Oh, yeah, 3 stars.
Pretty suave.
I said, well, again, childhood, nostalgia. Love Dolph. Love the Punisher. Love this movie. I gave it 4 stars. It's one of my favorites. A lot of these are my favorite. I love these. Like, this is my childhood. Like I told you guys earlier, between the Van Damme episode and this episode, we have watched like 85% of the movies that have defined my childhood.
Yeah.
We're only missing like 4. So all of these ratings are just going to get progressively higher from here. Universal Soldier's the lowest rated one for me. I give this one a 4 because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of good action scenes. It's not like batshit crazy.
Louis Gossett Jr. is great.
The scene where Frank has finally been captured and Louis Gossett Jr. goes to see him because they're ex-partners.
Yeah.
They were kept apart until that scene to sort of up the authenticity of it.
Oh, that's neat. I like that.
Like there's a lot of neat little touches. They were trying to make a good movie, and I think they succeeded. It's just wasn't what a lot of people wanted. And looking back through the lens of time, we see what they could have done differently, what they could have changed to make the adaptation better. But at the time, all they had was, like 15 years of spandex grumpy Punisher going, jaywalkers.
How dare you? Bang.
Well, in a similar respect, one of the funniest scenes in the movie, at least for me, is when like he's like, okay, I'm on patrol. When he jumps through the ceiling light of like this back alley like casino, and it's like illegal gambling is wrong. Just blows this place away.
God, that seemed
Well,
like
inexplicably, no one gets hit except for like a couple like baddies, but just like I'm gonna shoot all these like ping pong machines.
You got to remember,
Punisher. I think you're virtue signaling.
you got to remember why he did that, though. That was a point in the movie. At that point, the kids of the mafioso had all been kidnapped. So he drops in because this is a Yakuza club. He shoots it up and says, every day that the kids aren't returned is going to cost you money. That's why he leaves the one alive. And the people in there enjoying the casinos and shit, they're not guilty of being punished. They're just there. That's why he only shot the bad guys. And then he blew up the place.
I get that, but it's still just funny. It's like when you take it out of context, it's just like gambling bad. Bah.
that scene reminded me of something, and I wanted to bring it up. The original, that is, Walking Tall, came out way before this, right?
Yeah.
That casino scene gave me some Walking Tall vibes, and I dug it. It wasn't like him swinging a 2x4. It was him with a machine gun, but still
a giant machine gun.
giant that never runs out of ammo.
He had a full belt. He had a full belt on it. It's fine.
Yeah. But it's like, and if I remember correctly, like a majority of the casino firefight was like the opening credits.
Yeah,
to
they
this
just
movie.
kept reusing the casino firefight and putting the credits over it with different like color filters.
It was. It reminded me of the old the old '66 Batman movie.
A little bit.
I liked it.
Very
I dug it.
colorful,
I dug
very
it.
like I was thinking kind of like how like artsy and fluid the early James Bond intros could be, and
Yeah.
it was very that. Another funny action sequence to me is when Dolph rescues the kids and he's just like he just get on the bus, kids. And he's just rubbernecking this giant ass like city bus through the town, and then like the kids are like, "Ew, get away!" And they're like biting the fingers of white the Yakuza trying to climb in the bus.
And then he gets run the fuck over after they pry his fingers off the windowsill.
Yeah, he was
That looked awesome.
He
was
got
really good.
mashed.
God, and I'm sorry. I mean, we briefly mentioned it earlier, but the same shot that was used twice, that fucking rail camera shot right up his hole.
Yeah. No,
Yep.
there was a lot of butt in these movies. Between Van Damme and Lundgren, there were butt in
However,
three of
I
them.
have to say, Van Damme does have the better ass.
That's
Still,
subjective.
I disagree with you. And like I'm I'm pretty straight, right? But let Lundgren, it just looks better.
That sounds like a Facebook. I mean, a Twitter poll to me.
Yeah,
All right.
That's the best ass.
you can do that.
I'm firmly
yeah.
in the Van Damme.
Pat,
Van Damme.
you gonna throw that up on Twitter?
I'll put it up on Twitter.
Okay.
It's gonna have like 2 votes. It's gonna be split down the middle,
It's just, just like the asses.
perfectly round with a slight crack.
All right, I think it's a good
Don't
time.
let the doorknob bit you where the good Lord
I
splits
think
you.
we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll come back with the next 2 to 3 movies. We'll get all of them in. It's just how many breaks in between.
Chunker
So,
bunkers.
Enjoy the same damn commercials you've heard every other
Rob's
time.
review. I recorded one while I was here the other day.
Did you?
No, I wish I did.
That'd
That was
be
a
great.
good idea.
Yeah, you should have done that. We should have done that.
Yeah, we probably should have. That was a golden opportunity.
He's got a lot of free time these days. I need to get him to record something.
It would have been a good time to record with them, like when he brought us down here to watch that Tank music video.
Why did he always wants people to watch?
And
these
he
stupid-ass
was
videos?
really eager. It's like, hey guys, check out these tanks. It's like it was the new Sabaton video. It's like, okay, I listen to Sabaton. I like some of their songs. And then the whole movie is just like tank porn. I'm like,
Yeah, he
this
likes
is Rob.
tanks and ants. He loves them. But I'm like, we should get him down here Wednesday when we watch wrestling. We'll see if he wants to come over. He probably won't, but still.
We'll say we ended up having a conversation about Disturbed and the album 10,000 Fists, and he mentioned a song, and I was just like, man, I can think. It's like, he was name a better song off that album, and I was like, Sons of Plunder, and his eyes lit up so hard, and it was so happy. He wanted to do he wanted to do karaoke Sons of Plunder, the both of us, but we just never got to it. One day, Rob. We're gonna do
I really wanted to character. I was really jonesing to do Bulletproof by Godsmack.
Yes!
I mean,
New metal karaoke.
we can always set up the karaoke for Liz's birthday party.
Yeah.
Coming
That
soon.
sounds like a fucking blasty blast to me.
Yep.
All
right.
Stand alone.
We're actually taking a break now.
Yes.
We'll
Break
be
time.
right back with more Dolph.
Pee pee, poo poo.
Thank you for listening to Caging Greatness. If you enjoy what you're hearing, stay tuned for the second half of tonight's show. And if you'd like to follow us on social media, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you want to support the show financially, find our merch store at tpublic.com/user/caginggreatness. Or just send us money. We appreciate money. Enjoy the rest of the show and never let anyone cage your greatness. Welcome back. Thank you for enjoying that commercial. Probably the same one that we've played several times. Don't worry, you'll hear the other one before the show is over.
Is it the tee or the?
It's either like the first one will probably be the classical one, and then the second one will be the Benny Hill theme one,
Yeah.
the car salesman one.
I really like the one where it slowly gets creepier and creepier and creepier.
One with the
Oh yeah, I need to replay that one. At
That
some point.
one's a fun one.
or we
I
save it for
like
Halloween.
that. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I
it is
could
the
make something
season.
even creepier by Halloween.
Yeah, make some ooky
Man, don't make me shit my fucking pants.
He's got doo doo in his drawers right now.
Oh God, I'm already shit. We got 3 more movies to talk about.
All right.
Hey, Pat.
So for our third movie,
Wow.
Freckle feet.
we're going to Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
Jonathan,
Fuck yes.
break some hearts. What'd you give it?
Break some farts.
I am trying to remember.
Shat some sharks.
I think I gave it a 2.
That's correct.
I gave it a 2. I think that might be a little harsh.
I think it was,
I think
sir.
I'm gonna bump it up to a 2.
I don't think that's harsh.
I think
think
it's
I'm considered-
super harsh.
I mean, I gave it a heart. I thought it was fun. But yeah, I mean, it's not a good movie, but it's a fun, good, not good movie.
Oh yeah.
It has that like late 80s fantasy, which is, I love that shit. It's like a shitty Labyrinth.
You know, I've taken issue recently with describing movies as good, even if like or good or not good. Like especially if like it's terrible, but I loved it. Like it wasn't good, but I loved it. I thought it was great. Doesn't that like I could see like it's not well made or it has issues, but like describing it as good, it brought joy, so therefore it is good. It's a good movie.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just.
I don't know.
it's
You
just-
can enjoy dog shit though.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, dogs enjoy dog shit. So.
Yeah, too much so. In fact, it's a problem.
I mean, there's some like glaring issues that the movie has, like how the plot's kind of nonsensical, but
or
that
Dolph's
makes sense.
sword
It makes
falls
sense.
off his back.
Lack of duct tape, motherfucker.
That was just a production issue. I'm just saying, I spent so many years, especially during high school, in a shitty Christian school full of shitty, pretentious assholes. So many years being like, well, this is better than this. It's clearly good. I don't want to be that guy anymore, you know? Like,
Oh, there is a bigger conversation to be had about like the whole so bad it's good. Like, there's definitely been people trying to push back against that. Like, if you enjoy a movie, if it makes you happy, if it gives you an enjoyment, then it should be considered good, regardless of the fact if it's like a conventionally well-made movie by sort of like the traditional rubric.
but then, like, I think about stuff like that. And then on the other hand, though, The Fanatic. So,
or The Room.
so yeah, like it's I don't know. It's,
The Room. That movie is fucking awful.
It's bad.
However, it's fun to watch and is
Yeah.
a great time.
So I don't know. I've been trying for years now to figure out the best way to describe and say this sort of thing because it never sits right with me. And then sometimes it feels I don't think we should call any movie bad. And then I'll watch The Fanatic. I'm like, well, fuck.
Who ever said we shouldn't call any movie bad?
No, I was like, this is what I'm thinking. Just because, like, we'll get to it in the ratings, but
I mean, I get movies are really, really hard to make.
yeah, movies are subjective.
That being said, there are some really bad ones.
yeah.
But in a similar way, there's no such thing as a 0% disapproval rating. There's no such thing as 100%. There'll never be anything so bad or so good that every single person universally approves or disapproves. That will never happen.
Never please them all.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
you'll never disapprove of every single person. But it is sort of, and I've been in a similar mindset as Shimmy. Like the older I've gotten, the less confident I've gotten in saying like this is objectively bad. But then like what is that rubric? Who can say that? Who has the right to say that? I think it's just sort of you have to kind of treat each movie as an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you also have to sort of judge it on its own terms and what it's trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And like there were some like genuine things about the movie I didn't really care for. Like it's definitely like a movie, even though I enjoyed it for the most part. Like I'm not hankering to see anytime soon.
Yeah.
That's fair. But like that factors in how much does rewatchability factor into a movie being good or not? Because Schindler's List is
Well,
a phenomenal film that I never want to fucking see again.
Well, yeah, but that I think like something like Schindler's List or any movie like that where it's hard to watch, like Old Boy or whatever, something you don't want to watch every day.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's different than just like a movie that's just like okay, that was a fun time, but then don't really come back to it like other things.
I don't know. I suppose it would be a good like larger episode to deconstruct the idea of film criticism entirely. But for tonight, Dolph Lundgren has a big ass sword, and Jonathan gave it 2 stars and a heart
Yes.
because he thought it was badly made, but he had fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat,
Yes.
what did you think?
I will say this was the bottom of my pile, but that isn't to say I didn't enjoy
Really?
myself. This was my least favorite, but I didn't hate it. Although it may just say 2.5 on my letterbox, but I have a little heart by it. There is a late 80s charm to the movie that I really do appreciate. Like there's something about like go get 'em teenagers like running through the neighborhood of their like small town and like just getting into shit and like, oh, there's like these alien fantasy people that we're involved with. Like, there's something about that free range like exploration and adventure in like late 80s film that I just kind of have an affection for, and I feel like you get a bit of that in this movie because I there's definitely some feelings I had. It's like I like the kind of the wackiness of it. I think kind of where the movie loses me is that I wasn't just like super compelled with the story, and there is just a thing in the 80s movies where they knew how to make shit ugly as fuck. God damn.
You're not wrong.
It's not wrong at all.
Yeah, that little like goblin, gremlin, Goomba thing that was like, oh, this will be a suitable replacement for Orko. We gotta get back to the past. It's just like it looked like a turd with hair. It was.
How dare you insult Gwildor like that?
And it's
well, he looks like a giant fucking patch of acne,
and like his weird like cheek jowl things that come off his face.
They didn't come off his face. That's just where his beard ended.
It
was just poorly put together.
I disagree with that on a spiritual level. But I will say I do appreciate as very struggled as they were to like keep this movie on track and on budget. I will say like the sets design is incredible. Like the actual when they're inside Snake Mountain's castle, Skeletor's like lair, that looks great. Like that's probably the best looking part of the movie. It's just
for sure.
It's just a shame that they weren't able to really explore anything else outside of that because they just had no money outside of that. They just kind of blew the whole budget because they didn't have a lot of money to start with.
Yeah, well, I mean, all the scenes in Eternia look fucking great.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just
most
like
of them.
You have this probably like mid-sized blockbuster in the late 80s as sort of this thing was starting to wane a little bit, and it's like it feels like this is trying to cash in on Labyrinth, a little bit of like Labyrinth success, and of course Star Wars. Like the comparisons are.
It wasn't really trying to cash in on those. It took a lot of inspiration from those. It was cashing in on the wildly successful toy line and animated show.
Well, that's what it's based off of.
Yeah, no, like the show and the toys weren't as much those things as the movie was.
I mean, there's definitely like some like sci-fi and like lasers and tech and He-Man, but like this is definitely skewed more towards Star Wars in certain respects in terms of like its design.
Because the show and the toy line, they didn't really have guns as much. No, like the guns were not a big part of it. But like
He-Man uses his gun more than his sword.
Yeah, like that was a movie thing. So
I'd even go as far as to say like I noticed that like the bad guys' guns had like red lasers mostly, and the good guys had like blue and green and like lighter colors coming out of their pistoles.
Oh yeah, there was definitely influence. I just wouldn't say they were trying to cash in.
I mean, this is kind of on
those influences.
A good bit after, but like I think it's a fine movie. Like even though I gave it 2.5, doesn't mean like this is a stinker, but like it's on the lowest end for me, but it's not in any way like a bad ride. It just for me, it just kind of like it wasn't as high as the heights as the rest.
That's fair. I'm surprised you didn't put it higher than Universal Soldier, though. Honestly,
I think there's just something I had more fun in general and overall with Universal Soldier. It's just like I definitely kind of felt myself tuning out in a good bit in Masters of the Universe.
That's fair. Cannon, how about you?
Well, from the guy who let me borrow his VHS tape of Swordfish and gave me shit about enjoying it, came a VHS that had Masters of the Universe on it and another movie after it, which I'll get to later. I wore this movie the fuck out when I was a kid. I remember it plain as day. I'm at my grandparents' house right now, right? My grandmother, she kept kids for a living. She's downstairs keeping some kids. I'm in their bedroom with the TV set up. I popped that damn thing in the VCR combo TV.
I had one too.
Oh, man.
It's the height of
Good
luxury.
shit right there. And I've probably seen this movie more times than I would like to admit. Granted, there's no way of me going back and counting how many times, but if I had to hazard a guess, it's definitely in the high double digits. Like, I know that's a broad spectrum, but probably
It could be anywhere from 11 to 99.
at least 30. At least. Like, no bullshit. I fucking watched the hell out of this movie front and back. Watching it again now, first time in years. Shit we've said already. All the set design for Eternia, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
I have to go off saying I didn't watch the cartoons, didn't read any of the comics, didn't know shit. This was literally the only He-Man property that I had and watched back and forth. Only thing I knew to go by. That being said, all of those shots, the setup for that was great. And if done right, I mean, doesn't have to necessarily be done right in most cases, but like putting characters in a scenario that they're like not used to at all, it can be a good bit sometimes. And that happens here. Fucking, oh wow, these are rib bones. They come from animals. Fuck off. That was still stupid. The costume designs were great. Set designs were great. Fucking Skeletor, fantastic.
Best part of the movie.
Best part. Best part of the whole fucking movie.
Fantastic.
What I'm trying to say is this movie is, it's Star Wars, it's Labyrinth, it's it's Lord of the Rings, it's fucking, it's
Willow,
it's it's lasers and swords falling off your back.
the Dark Crystal.
And fucking, oh my God, let's not even talk about the lack of fighting in this movie. When we watched this movie, it's literally like somebody with the old school He-Man toys and just smushing them together. I don't think fucking Dolph Lundgren throws a punch. And now I know he shoots a laser gun the whole time.
He does throw a guy.
He does throw a guy, but it's almost just like there's like just people running into each other the whole time.
And then there's that sword staff fight at the end.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
What I thought was crazy about that is that they had officially run out of money at that point. Like, literally, the director put up his own cash to film that last scene. That's why it's shot so much differently, because like they had to get what they could with the money he could scrape together to get that, just to have an ending to the movie.
Long story short, I enjoyed myself. But it did get 2.5 and a heart.
That's fair. Again, I'm not going to say I disagree with that mindset. It's not my mind. Like, and I've said it several times. Like, I'm not rating these movies based on, how technically proficient I think they are or anything like that. I'm rating them like how much I like the movie. That's the rating I give it.
Yeah.
I adore this movie. Now, yeah, some of it's slow. Courtney Cox is terrible. The kid playing her boyfriend, also not great.
Completely forgot he was a thing.
Yeah, like there's a good chunk of this movie that's boring as shit.
Yeah.
But to me, especially through the lens of nostalgia, because I was a He-Man fan. I wasn't a huge He-Man fan, but I was enough of a He-Man fan. Mm-hmm. Like, you come up with G.I. Joe, I don't give a shit, right? But He-Man, I had several VHSs of He-Man, and I wore those fuckers out. Like the cartoon, I had the toys. So for me, like, even though a lot of it is slow, a lot of it's clunky, a lot of it's boring, like the highs of the movie, the Eternia design, the fights, I have the power, all that shit, right? I love this movie. It's 5 stars. I love this movie. I will never apologize for that. I adore the movie. It makes me happy.
You don't have to apologize for liking bad movies, Justin. It's okay.
Fuck you.
He's like, you don't have to apologize, Jim, but it'd be good if you would.
I happen to really enjoy this bad movie. Thank you very much.
So I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
I respect the hell out of that review. This is probably my least favorite Lundgren performance out of the bunch.
He had to be pretty white bread on this one. Like the rest of them, he could do characters and stuff, but He-Man is He-Man. He's big and strong and charming, and Lundgren was big and strong and charming. But Frank Langella as Skeletor,
That's where the real meat and potatoes lie.
such a good fucking performance.
That is why you watch this movie. It's like in Street Fighter.
Raul Julia.
Yeah, Raul Julia's.
Yeah.
That's why you watch. This is why you watch this. It's for Skeletor.
But in a similar way, Frank Langella, he took the role because his son
loved He-Man.
Rad as
the
fuck.
property, and it's like, yeah, I'll take it. And he always really wanted to do like a really just hammy scene chewing villain, and he ate every morsel of the set. And you would think if someone of an actor of his caliber, he'd be like, this was a shame. I don't like to talk about this tawdry film. No, he lights up every time he talks about this. Like, he thoroughly enjoyed himself.
Yeah, like John said, fuck you, John Cusack.
Eat a dick, John Cusack.
Feud continues. Fuck that
John
guy.
Cusack, why do you just
He
hate
has
the
done
things you're in?
much worse than fucking Con Air.
Yeah, half of that filmography is worse than Masters of the Universe. Like some of the direct-to-DVD shit he's done. Fuck that
That
guy.
is very true.
But
Yeah, if John Cusack was so good, I would confuse him with Clive Owen all the time.
God, fucking, the oily Lundgren. I really dug the costume design. You're talking about the little short guy. I'm sorry, the weird turd guy with the white fro long hair, the lizard turd man. No. I don't remember names.
no, like the little gremlin magic man. It's like, I built the celestial key.
No, not him. I'm talking about
Yeah,
the
Wildor.
the one.
Zorro, my man Zorro didn't deserve none of that shit. He got fucking obliterated.
The one that was like, tear this place apart. The no-nose motherfucker.
Yeah, the weird looking with the white hair.
Yeah,
Who was created
that one.
just
Fuck
for the
that
movie.
guy.
Oh, man. Oh, he wasn't a He-Man character?
No, they made him for the movie.
That's Karg.
Oh, man.
Karg.
I did recognize that real beastly hairy thing, though.
Beastman, yeah.
Beast Man. Well,
Yeah. He was much brighter red in the cartoon.
that weird Deathstroke / Super Shredder
Blade.
Yeah, Blade.
I know when I read that he was a legitimate
Fucking kidding me?
trained sword specialist, and he was really doing his best to help the action the best he could throughout the film.
So yeah, overall, the set design is great. Like, obviously, we think you should all watch everything we're talking about today.
Yes. Definitely watch Masters of the Universe.
yeah.
Before we that was the one I was most hyped for because I had not seen it since I was a kid, and I know I fucking loved it as a kid. I still love the movie.
Yeah, it's great. But you know what I was pretty hyped for, and I'm glad that I remembered it in time to squeeze it in. Our next film on the docket. The one that I think we were loudest for. The one that took you guys by surprise.
Oh, I was very surprised by this movie.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about the classic film starring Brandon Lee,
R.I.P.
Showdown in Little Tokyo. Jonathan. We're going to start with you as always.
I do not like the look I was given. I will say, similar to Masters of the Universe, I felt kind of similar feelings. However, this movie has a lot more charm than Masters of the Universe. For the dick line alone, I was like, okay, even my heart grew 3 sizes that day. I think I'm going to probably raise it to a 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I had a really good time with this, and even though it was kind of like Big Trouble in Little China, but worse.
This is like the dollar tree version of Big Trouble in Little China.
The great value version.
The We Have Big Trouble in Little China at Home, son version.
Basically.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 stars.
Oh, nice. Patrick,
Yes.
your review shocked the hell out of me.
Well, I would have to say the movie did a quite bit of shocking on my end. Let me tell you there, brother. Because to start the movie off, okay, I'm getting this is a chintzy kind of goofy 80s, beat 'em up. And then as the movie progressed, it just got more and more insane. And there's like so many times I was like, no, ma'am, he did not do that.
You audibly screamed that several times, yeah.
And then like when we're in the throes of the climax, I'm just like, bitch, I'm here. Take me away. And
you know who else was in the throes of the climax?
Yeah, the throes of the climax.
Tia Carrera.
She was climaxing, baby. Let me tell you. But by the time the movie was over, I was pumped up. Hell, fucking yeah! This movie is balls to the wall, just like sack to chin insane, and I gave this movie 4 stars.
This is definitely like in the top 30% rating of any movie that we've watched on this show. Cannon.
All right. We use this phrase a lot, but when you brought this movie up, when you name dropped it, it opened up a portal in my brain, a doorway that hasn't been walked through in many, many years. My best friend back in high school told me about this movie, and the only thing that I remember, and this is part of my review, I'm just going to read my review right now from Letterboxd at that Cannon guy on Letterboxd.
Time for plugs.
I'm doing it anyway. Fuck it. I started with the quote from the film, spoilers. If we're killed, I just want you to know you have the biggest dick I've seen on a man. That line was the only thing I knew about this movie since high school. And I know you hate the sentiment, but this movie is terrible, but also fucking brilliant. It comes full circle. I had a fantastic time. We will get into it. I have a lot to say about this one. I, too, gave it 4 fucking stars.
Oh, yeah. No, I feel pretty certain we'll be talking about this one for the next 20 minutes or so. This will be what we do until the next break.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I had a great time. Made me sad, though, because it made me want more Brandon Lee.
I really like. This is my first movie I've seen Brandon Lee, and I really liked him in it.
Yeah, he was super duper charming. Like The Crow, everyone's like, The Crow was a great movie. Crow's fine. Like, fuck off.
Well,
whatever.
he's very dour. I feel like this kind of like gives him more freedom than like. You feel like he's a little hamstrung by this movie in his I guess his memory now.
It's like Bruce Lee. Everybody remembers Bruce Lee for being Bruce Lee, but people forget how charming he was, and his son absolutely inherited that.
Yeah.
Like, he's not in the movie a lot. He doesn't say a lot in this movie, but he's charming as fuck. And like he's just one giant walking smirk, and he's great.
It made me wish that there was more Brandon Lee in it, and that he's ostensibly the secondary protagonist, but like he's out of focus for a fair amount of the film, but I do appreciate when he's there.
Yeah.
But no, I watched this movie when I was a kid, because again, a lot of the movies from the 90s that we talk about, I have the same origin story for. It was like, I was browsing Blockbuster and I saw the cover of this one. And I saw the cover. I was like, oh my God, that's Ivan Drago. Because I love Ivan Drago, which we'll get into after the next break, I think. And so I watched it, and for that was like 8 or 9, I think. And the only thing I remembered for 7 years was the scene where they're in the Japanese club and people are eating sushi off of the naked women. Because, I'm 8, and those are boobs.
There are a lot of boobs.
So much boob.
In this movie.
So much boob.
Now, I'll get into why I think there are so many boobs in this movie, but
you do have theories. So that was the only thing I remember until I was like 15, and I saw it again in a movie gallery, and I got it, and I was like, oh my God, I love this movie. I forgot how insane it was. And so we're like doing Dolph, and I'm like, oh, I should have. Like, I put the 4 that we did because the Van Damme was a good way to segue. Punisher, Masters of the Universe, I had the DVDs for. And then Rocky 4 is goddamn Rocky 4, and that's what we're going to watch if everything else gets canceled, by God. And then I was like, well, hang on, we got time now. We'll push everything back. That's why we had a week break. So we're going to throw in Showdown in Little Tokyo. It's like an hour 20 at tops. I love this movie.
It's a very short movie too.
They edited there was the film they did. The script was, and I'll get to my rating in a second. It's going to be ridiculously high. Everybody knows that already. The script they had was darker. What they filmed was darker. The studio didn't like it, so they hired somebody else to edit it down to make it lighter and funnier. And they didn't like that. It was too long, so they cut it down even more. But I love this movie. It's completely batshit insane ridiculous. 4.5 stars. The only reason it's not 5 stars is because it's too damn short. You give me another 10, 15 minutes of the crazy shit we saw, 12 stars.
Or just like some more like buddy stuff with Dolph and Brandon. Like I like their rapport.
Yeah, it was really good.
Although you can look back like there's some aspects of the plot to their like relationship that's like this is a little questionable in 2021. But
like how Dolph, a white man, is explaining to Brandon Lee his own culture.
Okay, so Dolph Lundgren's character is raised in Japan. And Brandon Lee was not raised in Japan in the movie. So Dolph is telling him about Japanese culture because they're fighting the Yakuza.
Yes.
He's supposed to be Japanese in this movie, right?
Yeah, in this movie, they say his mom was Japanese, yes. And his dad was very, 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 very Caucasian. So the opposite of real life.
The very opposite of real life.
Yeah. The main villain, played by Shang Tsung himself, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic actor. And the lead female is Tia Carrera.
Yeah.
So much like in Wayne's World, she sings and she's pretty. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Party time, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of all she's given to do.
Yeah, I mean, they hired her to be Abraham Lincoln, and here we are, so... and yeah.
What? Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, she had
from
a
Wayne's World.
stovepipe.
Oh,
stovepipe hat.
I haven't seen those movies
Yeah.
in so long.
Yeah, because that took me by surprise, too. I was like, wait, what?
That's a hell of a pun just to throw out in the middle of
It
it.
was like that, there's a lot to unpack in that statement.
It's Wayne's World.
Well, is
reference.
this like the sexy version of George Lucas?
Oh man.
Fuck off.
I
Son of a bitch.
want to knock this out just because it's the first fucking thing. The opening title sequence, best one we've had in the Lundgren off.
It was very good.
Like just like the cutout hole light coming through the shot on the fucking titty meats of a Yakuza showdown in Little Tokyo right then and there. God damn it, you would have thought this was a wrestling pay-per-view. It looked so good.
It was good. Yeah, no, Abraham Lincoln is what they called her in Wayne's World, which is the movie that I was speaking about and then referenced.
Wayne's World?
Cool.
Which
Party time,
means
excellent.
I was wrong. We're at like 82% of my childhood because, Wayne's World. We should watch that.
I've seen those. It's been a while. I remember enjoying the fuck out of it.
Like I said,
It's good stuff.
I would love to go down that rabbit hole again because it's been a long time. I was like a literal child the last time I saw these, so I don't remember shit.
Well, we'll have to do that for a special episode.
Yeah, special Wayne's World.
So, yeah.
Get somebody named Wayne on the actual show. Do we know any cool people named Wayne?
No, I don't know anybody named Wayne.
Me
Or
neither.
Garth.
Same.
My uncle was named Wayne,
My dad's named Wayne.
but my uncle's dead.
And I'm pretty sure my dad would not understand this.
No. Now, son, what are you doing?
So Dolph Lundgren, the evil person, played by
Shang Tsung.
Cary Takagawa, Cary Tagawa, killed his
Tsung.
parents, right?
Yes.
I
mere baby samurai.
I love how the Shang Tsung like started off as a ninja and then Pokemon evolved into a Yakuza.
So yeah,
And like I just love like how just fucking Wolverine this fucking movie. It's like
Oh, God.
because like Logan Wolverine in the comics, he is a fucking weeb.
Yeah.
Like he is a Canadian 5'4" sack of muscle and hair, but like his love of his life was in Japan, and so like literally every like little room he has in X-Men is like a fucking like traditional Japanese house. And it's like it's just silly when you think about it. Like he's a fucking like he drinks ramune, eats Pocky, say itadakimasu when he has like his like little fucking ramen cup.
I mean, yeah, Wolverine's a weeb, but that like Claremont miniseries is pretty good.
It's very.
I mean,
good.
it has its charm, but also you have to look at how silly it is.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's a fucking weeb.
But so like Dolph Lundgren is very that in this movie. Like he literally
Very
has
much
like,
that.
oh, we gotta get out of here. My cabin in the woods, and like it's like a cabin next to like a puddle of water, and it's just like a little like traditional Japanese house.
So Dolph and Brandon are partners in the police force, unwilling partners. The Yakuza show up and they've got to fight the Yakuza and rescue Tia Carrera from the bad guys. And that's the plot. I just told you the entire plot.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that's going on. So just to get everyone up to speed.
And then you do see one of the early parts of the film where Angel, one of the prostitute informants, is at this crazy party where they have just bowls of crack rocks.
Yeah,
that you can
so
just-
much crystal meth.
that you can finger at your pleasure.
Yeah, I did a fucking double take while we were watching because there's a scene where the camera's like going through a party and she is just like smoking, obviously crack no, it's meth, right?
It was crystal meth.
Yeah, crystal meth, and just openly at this party, and I'm just like, wait, is she smoking meth at this party?
she got hit that bump of crystal.
I was just like, God damn! I thought the '80s. Well, no, this was still the '90s, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Fuck.
this is like early 90s, so like
Early
it's
90s.
still practically the 80s.
Same year, Samurai Cop. We'll get to that later. Exactly.
So yeah, there was so much ridiculous in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
The Angel gets her head chopped off.
God, that was like Shang Tsung starts fucking her, right? Because she was ratting out, like she was informing one of the guys they wanted to take over the business from. So he's got her from behind, and he's just going, and then he gets handed a sword because there's 8 goons around him, and just fucking lops her head off, and it shifts to this cut of what is clearly a mannequin head. He just baseball bats off with the sword, but it's the quickest fucking ridiculous cut, and we howled.
It's just,
Yes.
I wasn't expecting like her ass to get knocked off like a Barbie doll's
Yeah.
head.
God, it almost like the sound effect accompanying it should have been.
Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna lie. Even though it didn't give off the effect that I feel like they were trying to convey, because I mean, no, if it were me, head's coming off, right? It's a sword. But the way it happened, sometimes if it's like a dummy, like obviously a fake thing, even in the right lighting, the right makeups, the right effects, that shit can look pretty like gnarly. And even just that quick cutaway alone made it look like, oh God, I mean, that was still kind of brutal.
We all screamed. We rewound it to scream again. It's like,
It only, yeah, I mean, that's a good point, because it only really looked silly to us when we rewound it to show Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the first one was like, oh God, that was her head. The second was like, oh my God, that's a dummy.
they got that mannequin from fucking Sears Roebuck.
I want 5 mannequins, please.
I mean, not to call back too far, but just 2 seconds. There was a moment in Universal Soldier where Dolph Lundgren did that to somebody, and it was just a quick cut to a mannequin, just broke, and it was obviously a mannequin. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah. That, and when he shoved the one scientist's head down on the needle, it was clearly rubber.
Yeah.
But still, it was good.
Yeah, good stuff.
But yeah, Showdown Little Tokyo.
Yeah, Brandon Lee stole the show in this movie to me. Like even like it's like I have only seen, to my knowledge, with him in it, The Crow. That's the only movie that I've seen with him in it other than this now. And I thought he was super charming. Even if I didn't know who he was, I feel like just his facial expressions, his mannerisms, the thing he did, it was just like, wow, why he's kind of acting like Bruce Lee a little bit sometimes. You know what I mean?
He definitely embodies his father's spirit in a lot of ways. Like he's a fantastic martial artist in his own right.
And like I thought he was very charismatic in this film. Like, and it just, again, it made me sad because I know he's done more than just The Crow in this film.
It's like
but
4 things.
Yeah.
I mean, and a very tragic callback to his father, like widely beloved, but still a very small sampling of what he could do before his life was taken.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a scene before they go into the, I think it's before they go into the bathhouse, where Brandon Lee bends over and does that like standing straight up, but touching your fucking ankles with your feet, with your nose and shit stretch.
Something I will never do in like a million years.
No, that Bruce Lee always used to do. I was like, oh, that's a pang of sadness. Oh God.
God. And like, granted, I've never seen Samurai Cop, but I've seen enough videos on YouTube about the movie to where I feel like I've seen every fucking frame. And I don't know which one came out first. I know these two came out in the same year, but holy shit. It's just like a white guy who just like, it's like apparently this like samurai master, and at the same time just not. Because if I remember correctly in Samurai Cop, he's like, oh, he's fluent in Japanese. But then when he's talking about a suspect's name, he's just like, who is like Nuga Chagawawa, whoever's name was. And it was just like, oh, yeah, definitely fluent in Japanese.
I mean, Dolph Lundgren speaks Japanese in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't. Like,
well, Dolph is multilingual.
Yes.
He's a
In
very
real life.
accomplished man.
Yes, he is.
Man of many skills. He's a regular Renaissance man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to have to get my hands on Samurai Cop and make us watch it for an episode at one point.
That'd be a funny
and
bit.
there is a sequel co-starring Tommy Wiseau.
I don't like anything about the statement you just made.
Now, I think it's time to get to the brass tacks of the movie. Is that this movie tries
Showdown in Little Tokyo, not Samurai Cop 2.
So it tries valiantly
The Matrix.
to convince you that Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee are the most heterosexual men on the face of the earth.
No, they gay.
And nothing could be further from the truth.
But Dolph and Tia Carrera have the sex.
Then why?
It doesn't throw off the not gay vibe.
It wasn't really her. It was the stunt titties that he had sex with. It wasn't really.
No, it turns out it was just Brandon Lee in a wig.
He just had a wig.
There's like a shot where they're in a hot tub and like she gets up and like I believe like disrobes.
Yeah.
Can't see the face, so we're all just like, nah, that ain't her.
You know, her face is very, very obviously obscured.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't get the Halle Berry titty money for that movie, so she's like, nah, bring in the stunt titties. I'm not doing it.
But it's just so funny because like they have a genuine chemistry that is like palpable in the film.
Yeah.
But then like the way the movie is like written and just like their own sort of like a rapport, it comes off as like really more than they just friends.
Yeah.
And like there's just all this like macho posturing. It's like, oh yeah, we love girls, we love tits. When we get done with this mission, we're gonna eat fish off naked women, and it just seems so forced. Like there's just so much in the movie that feels like they should be fucking, not him and
like,
this girl he's trying to rescue. Like when they were doing, like, I was kind of surprised how fucking horny Dolph fucking the main girl was. Like, okay, she just throwing it back, and then I said like Brandon Lee's like he's just like biting a towel like with his dick in his hand. That should have been me.
And actually, that does bring up a point that was the only thing I really didn't like about the movie is the fact that she jumped on Dolph like a day after being just brutally raped by the main evil Yakuza. Like she was gonna kill herself when they rescued her.
Yeah.
Like she was about to commit the
Sudoku.
Sudoku. That's what I said.
So, even though like the way she was doing seppuku is like, I don't know if there's like more than one way, but she's kind of like, I'm going to stab myself in the neck.
No, she's going to just jab it in her
She's
throat.
part of the new age.
I just know if Rob hears this episode, he's going to be so mad that I stole his bit. The Sudoku bit is yours, Rob. There, that is his. Shout out to
Rob. But
so like, I didn't like that as much. I like it's 90s. It was expected, but that, you know, like,
even then, it's still kind of like
it's kind of icky.
Yeah, like. And we're starting to see less of that now, which I appreciate.
Like you're such a big man that I just can't help but just throw it back on like your awesome hog.
Bam.
Well, I mean, it is the biggest dick that Brandon Lee's ever seen.
Evidently.
Oh man.
And another thing, like, I don't know who wrote this movie or if Dolph Lundgren was in cahoots with him, but like they fucking shined him up like a diamond. Like he's superhuman. He's the baddest motherfucker. Got the biggest swinging cod this side of the Mississippi.
This bitch a Gary stew.
And like look, the motherfucker flips a goddamn car.
He does.
Yes!
He flips.
Oh, fuck, he does.
He just like whoop.
Picks up a fucking car.
It's like It's like Vin Diesel is shaking because he couldn't even do that.
God, like, and you see, I may it might be the fact that I also am a sucker for hell. I guess it doesn't even have to be a good one, but buddy cop movies like the Lethal Weapon franchise. Love them all to death. Rush Hour, what have you, and like this was. I thought this was just they had fun rapport. It was just a dumb, like silly back and forth, and wowzer Bowser.
It was and like then like the finale, how he just escalates into like the absurdity of the action. Like we gotta go to the distillery where they're doing their bad do, and then like just wreck up the place, and then fucking Dolph Lundgren in his fucking Ryu ass headband, and then like little samurai overcoat,
The Japanese war flag headband and full Street
he
Fighter
just like
gear.
Viva Imperial Japan, I guess.
And then it would be even a bigger pop if they were at the Tokyo Dome.
Oh man,
5 stars,
This
Tokyo
movie,
Dome.
I would have given it at least 6 stars if it was in the Tokyo
Tokyo
Dome.
Dome.
But I will say, like you mentioned earlier, like you said, what was it? Universal Soldier had like almost Neil Breen-esque like film making
Yeah,
or
before
shots.
I kind of reeled that
Man,
back.
as much as I love, you see, I love this movie. I think it's great. That being said, there are like so many shots that are just like that look so much grainier than others. It's almost like they use a different kind of film. I mean,
this is like
this movie has a lot of great shots, but there's also a lot of bad
I mean,
ones.
going back to the Universal, there's like a scene where like Homegirl and JCVD are in the car, and then like every time it cuts to him, like it feels like it's a different movie. How jarring!
Oh, yeah.
the contrast in the different film shots is, and just trying to like the physical texture of the film.
It's almost like they weren't there the same day.
I'm gonna say 2 different cars.
Yeah,
probably
more
so,
likely,
yeah.
more likely.
But yeah, like I just loved like the final showdown in the fucking distillery when Brandon Lee's like doing this whole bit where he's reading like one of the higher Yakuza's like Miranda rights as he's just like whooping them, and then like, all right, man, I don't want to kill you, and then knocks him into a boiling vat of beer, and then throws in a lighter and just like, haha, this will get him. Blows up the goddamn building.
Yeah. Like he changes the Miranda rights. You have the right to die.
Yeah, you're right. And like, he's like, oh fuck, I didn't mean to blow up everything.
What a horrible mistake I've made. Gotta run.
23 skidoo.
And then the ending during the parade, where it's just a sword fight. It's a samurai sword fight with katanas that ends when Dolph Lundgren stabs Shang Tsung through the abdomen and then throws him by the sword into a giant spinning wheel with fireworks that then inexplicably, like much else in this movie, fucking explodes while still wildly spinning.
Like it was spinning and as it was kicking its feet, the bitch just blew up.
It
And
just went-
I loved how like they just in just sort of Japanese, like it was like Spring Festival kind of like thing. They were trying to like pin it as they just yanked the swords off the belts of these like cosplay samurai, real ass swords, and just like start like chopping at each other in the middle of the street. And the thing that made me fucking howl for the nth time in this movie is like when it's all said and done, Shang Tsung's been vanquished, sent back to the netherworld, and then like they're all walking away. It's like, woo, that was an adventure. Then every fucking person in Little Tokyo fucking bows to Dolph Lundgren as they walk down the
got
street.
so mad.
I was like, no, ma'am, they are not doing this.
So mad.
They fucking went there.
God.
Oh, so good.
Also, can't believe I forgot this. His name is Gerald Akamura. In this movie, he played Hagata, the torturer.
Uh-huh.
Also, I don't know who he played in Samurai Cop. Also in Samurai Cop.
Well, who does he play in this one?
The torturer.
Was he the bald-headed guy?
Yeah, the one that was shocking people, and then Dolph Lundgren like ripped his arm free and grabbed the guy torturing, and then completed the circuit between him and Brandon and just shocked him to death.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the sexy torture scene where Dolph and Brandon are just inexplicably shirtless, tied up to like this machine that makes them do really big orgasm faces.
Yep, super hard flexing.
Strap them up to the orgasm machine. They're gonna bust a nut till they die.
Electrical acupuncture.
It's like, oh, but we're already at 10. Turn it to a hey gal.
But God damn it, I love this movie. Should have had a sequel.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a good time, everyone. This is the movie that if you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it for sure.
And even though it's weird as hell, I thought Dolph Lundgren did pretty good in this movie.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Like, he's been good. Like, that's the thing about all the movies we've talked about. He feels like a different character every time, despite the fact that he's a 6'6" giant built Swedish man.
Yeah.
Giga Chad Central.
He is a Giga Chad.
Whereas like Van Damme always felt like Van Damme. But like Lundgren feels different every time.
Yeah.
That is true.
I think of
He's a chameleon.
I think of the films we watched. This is my favorite Dolph in this movie.
Are you saying?
fair.
Yeah.
And not to say like because I love this one the best. I feel like this is the most we get to see of like his personality.
Yeah,
in a lot
no,
of
for
ways.
sure. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I was almost like half-ass scared to say it, but I feel like this is like my favorite Dolph performance out of the bunch we've seen.
No, it's the one where he gets to flex his acting chops the most out of what we watch.
I agree. Yes.
He's also great in The Expendables, which we did not watch, but take a gander at that because he was great. So now we're going to take our final break. Then come back probably for like 15, 20 minutes, talk about Rocky IV, because that's another one. There's not a lot to say outside of fucking go watch it. Rocky beats communism.
When Justin starts saying how long we're going to be, he's like, I'm ready to fucking go. Let's hurry it along.
Well, is that second wind starting to
It's 11:30 and I'm very tired. So we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Well, hey there, folks. Do you like mugs, t-shirts, phone cases, stickers, wall art, pillows, all sorts of fun things with fun logos? Well, if you do, head on down to tpublic.com/user/caginggreatness for all sorts of great merchandise and support your local creators. That's us! Hooray!
You're a Messi. You can SummerSlam my pussy all you want.
Hey, you're Missy. You know who's else?
What has Otto thought about any of these movies? We haven't
He is
asked.
going to be, very happy.
He's just going to just deal with it the whole.
So now we've come to the one movie I said we were going to watch, if nothing else. The movie that, along with Conan the Barbarian, truly defined my childhood. We're going to talk about Rocky IV.
Rocky 4 to the floor.
The movie with 5 of the greatest montages in film history. And they're all in this movie.
I forgot how many fucking montages. Like, this movie is just montage.
Yeah,
Yes, there are 5. There are 5 montages.
I was very surprised how much of this film is just montage.
This is montage the movie.
Like, literally, the entire second act is mostly montage.
Yes, and it's incredible.
I love
So,
And there's not even that much time in between all of the montages. It's insane.
Well,
it's crazy.
Montage 3 and 4, there's a separation of about a minute and a half.
It's so quick. Oh,
It's so great.
Oh, God.
See, this is how you pad out the runtime in like a classy way, and not just like this dithering and with like, picturesque like landscape shots and just like, poignantly looking off to the space. Just give you some catchy like synth jams and then like some working out.
Fucking montage.
Yeah. Fucking montage.
So, Jonathan,
Yes.
what did you think of Rocky IV?
This is the only movie I've seen beforehand, and I have to say, Rocky IV has always been one of my favorites. I remember AMC would all the time do a Rocky marathon.
Oh,
It's good stuff.
And I remember catching, like, right as, like, the robot comes in, and which is literally, like, first 5 minutes of the movie, and just I couldn't stop watching. It was like, oh no, he killed the guy. He killed Apollo. You know, I was like super fucking invested.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and even though this movie is
Just in case.
What?
If 1985's Rocky IV has eluded you,
I love how this is the only movie we've given a goddamn spoiler alert to for some
Creed
fucking reason.
does get killed.
I feel like that's the thing about this movie.
Yeah.
But God, y'all just broke my train of thought. Fuck.
Sorry.
AMC Marathon robot comes in first scene.
Oh yeah. Even though this movie is very much American propaganda.
You goddamn right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is also the man who did Rambo 3, which, if you know the end to that movie, in year 2021, that's kind of yikesy. But
Not compared to Rambo 5.
that is very true. Rambo 5 is just racist.
Wait, we went to Rambo now? I'm confused. When did we transition to fucking Rambo all of a sudden? Dolph Lundgren's not even in those fucking movies.
I was talking.
I didn't know we had homework.
I was talking about an earlier edit of Rambo 3.
Yeah.
At the very end of the movie, there's a dedication to the brave fighters of the Mujahideen who ended up splintering off and forming the Taliban.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, at the time, they were against the Russians. That was good enough for us.
I've only seen one Rambo movie.
Which one?
I think it was the one that was just called Rambo. That was 4?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was 4.
Yeah, that's the only one I've
It's
seen.
not bad.
I've seen parts of that one and then the first one. But we're not talking about Rambo. We're
Yeah, we're
talking
not.
about
Yeah.
Another episode.
Rocky. Rocky 4. Oh no. It was... This movie has like the biggest fucking cheese. Just it's the 80s incarnate. You know, James Brown doing Living in America.
Goddamn right. It's my ringtone when people call me.
Hardest working man in show
People
business.
call me.
That's my phone. That's my phone
I
noise.
know. I've heard that.
Like I was half expecting, you know, Hulk Hogan's old theme. You know,
Well, he was in Rocky 3.
he was in Rocky 3 for like 2 frames.
No, it was like a full 10, 15-minute thing. It was a full fight between the two of them for charity. He was Thunder Lips.
Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Why does it have to be like so fuck? Like, why do the stakes have to be so high in that song?
Because America, goddammit.
Fight for your life. It's
Rocky
like-
4.
Yeah, Rocky 4. Anyway, I love this movie. And like, I didn't even know who Dolph Lundgren was. And you know, you'd bring him up and then eventually put 2 and 2 together. It's like, oh, there's that guy. I didn't know he did anything else besides this, but turns out I'm stupid. And in conclusion, Rocky 4 is great. I don't know why Past Me only gave it 3.5. This bitch a 4.
Swirt.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Well, this is my very first Rocky viewing. I haven't seen any of the previous ones. And I feel like this is the one I always hear the most about. It's the one that's the most acclaimed. It's the one that's the most mimetic for a good reason, because Lord Jesus is the most over the top, gallivanting, ostentatious movie, because that fucking intro to Apollo Creed's exhibition match is the most extra fucking shit in movies.
It, like, that whole thing goes on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's a full James Brown song.
That's going on, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think they're at the MGM Grand right now.
I think my illusion is broken.
But they are also like, I don't know, like,
If I ever had an entrance for something, it would be that.
oh yeah.
That is where my influence came from so hard. Like, I would want the jingles, the fireworks, the dancers. Like, if I'm showing up for something and people are there to see me, then by God, they're going to get a show when I show up.
That's how Shimmy walks into our house every week.
God, you know how happy it would make me if I had entrance music that was James Brown with dancers and I got lowered from shit?
Hey, I'm still surprised you haven't just like, you know, the second you come within our Wi-Fi range, you just throw up something on the Chromecast.
Actually, I did that today.
You know what you did? I was wondering who threw
Yeah,
some up
no,
on
I
the TV.
put up an Oasis song, but nobody was in there, and I felt really sad because it was just a wasted bit.
Oh, there's always later this week, Shim.
Yeah, no. 2 days from now.
when you're out here for Dynamite.
No, it'll be time for Dynamite then. I'm not going to fuck with wrestling. So anyway, continue like your review.
Yes. So I was very much taken with just the ostentatity of the film, the audacity of the film, and I have to say I gave it a 4. Although I will as much as I enjoyed the film, it wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be. It's still enjoyable, but I was sort of surprised, like I said before, how much the movie is montage. So some of the movie feels kind of empty, but not necessarily it feels like it's a drag. It's just kind of I'm surprised just how kind of just mainstream the plot is. It's just kind of just really simple, just a straight line. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's not poor for it.
Yeah. They really love playing full ass fucking songs in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Licensing must have been a hell of a lot different in the 80s because they played songs front to back 4 or 5 times.
Well, by this point, Rocky was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the montage songs was Survivor Coming Back because Eye of the Tiger made them. Yeah. So of course we want to be in Rocky 4. Why wouldn't we? So at that point, it was less of, we got to pay out the ass for these songs, and more, hey, we would desperately, desperately love to have our songs in Rocky 4, please. Yeah, so it's...
okay, I can see that.
Cannon.
Yes.
What did you think of Rocky 4?
Fucking sucked. I hated every... No, I'm kidding.
Well, heel turn.
No, okay.
I'm leaving.
All right, with the exception of many years ago, there was something about to come on FX, and I had it on the channel waiting for it, and I caught the ending of Rocky Balboa. That was all, and with the exception of Creed, I have seen the first Creed movie. Other than that, I have not seen a full-fledged Rocky movie until tonight. And, I've heard, the stories of Rocky is pop culture. Even without seeing it, you know what it is. You know what it's about. You know what happens for the most part. And, excuse me. And Justin, of course, graciously gave us a brief breakdown of Rocky.
Yeah, just the Rocky primer.
Yeah. Because again, this is the first one I've seen, starting off with 4. That being said,
last time on Rocky,
like Pat mentioned earlier, the fact that it's so streamlined, I think the fact that it was already an established franchise, you know what it's about. You're watching it, you bought the ticket, you know what you're getting. So they get straight to the point. Boom, boom, boom. Shit's always happening in this movie, and there's really, at least in my opinion, there's really not a dull moment. I mean, maybe the exception of the beginning, but I mean that's not like a bad thing.
Chico the robot.
You see, I'm not gonna lie. When the robot debuted, I thought, I was like, wait a minute, what? It's gonna be that kind of movie. But you know what, Stallone, don't fucking take that out. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, the robot was one of my favorite parts.
And I'm sitting there there's a moment in the movie where he rolls up to his house, and I didn't know that it was his house. And I was like, hey, Justin, is that his house? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, shit. I understand why he has a fucking robot now. He's living here.
All the money, all the success.
The grandiose, the set design, so huge, so it's a spectacle. It's fucking pro wrestling is what it is. It's fucking great. Mm-hmm. Hell, an actual professional wrestler that we've watched for years now modeled his first major character from WWE from Drago. Right?
Right, yeah.
Rusev, now Miro in AEW.
Rusev and Lana were absolutely modeled after Drago and his wife in this movie.
100%. That being said, it's my first full-fledged introduction into the Rocky world. I had a really good time. Love this movie. I haven't officially rated it on Letterboxd yet. I'm going to. I, too, am giving it 4 stars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Our hearts are on fire.
Hearts are on fire, and I'm hearting the shit out of it, too, when I log back in.
And there's no easy way out.
There's no shortcut up.
I love this movie. This movie's my childhood. More than any other movie except maybe Conan the Barbarian, this movie is what I grew up watching 1,000 times over.
Yeah, I understand why.
I adore this movie. I love Rocky as a franchise, except for Rocky 5. It's fucking Rocky. He beats communism. He beats it with his fists.
Literally.
Yeah.
If I could
he
change-
literally ends communism.
Like, if I could change, and you could change. You know, it's
Everyone
great.
could change.
It's fucking great.
Oh, man.
Right? Like, I can't accurately put into words what this movie means to me. It's 5 stars. There's always going to be 5 stars. And, you know, Masters of the Universe, if we expand this out to like a 10 scale, Masters of the Universe is 9.5, right? If we go to 20, it's 19.5. This movie is always top of the fucking scale, right? This movie breaks the scale. This movie's more than 5. This is a movie 1,000 stars.
Yes.
This might be like one of the most important movies in my life.
Fucking $1.75 million in the Tokyo Dome.
You're goddamn right. So many stars, it breaks the Tokyo Dome.
You know what? You mentioned Masters of the Universe. As I was scrolling through my movies, I saw Bringing Out the Dead, and I gave that a 2.5. And I'm just like, you know what? I would watch Masters of the Universe before that one. So, update, it's now a 3 in my.
Nice.
And it still has a heart.
But no, like this movie is where I discovered James Brown.
Yeah.
Which has been a huge musical influence on me. This movie, like Hearts on Fire, the fourth montage, the best montage, where he climbs a mountain and screams, Drago! That, I love that song. I love that scene. Like, that song is one of my wake-up alarms. Living in America is the song, like I said, the song that plays when people fucking call me. I love Rocky IV. Unabashedly, unashamedly.
No one should be ashamed of
I
that.
love it so much.
So good. It's really good.
And if I could ever find a shirt that has that Soviet Russian flag with Drago painted on it, or even like a print of that, like just anything with that on it, I need it. I need it so much.
It's
I
good.
love it.
It was
He
good.
needs it, he tells you. He needs it.
Fucking love Rocky.
God, even when even knowing that, Apollo was going to die, like, even if you had never seen a trailer or anything about Rocky ever, you're like, oh, fuck, this dude's about to die.
Yeah.
And even I was just like, man, I knew this was coming, and it still sucks.
Yeah. No, I've seen
Because
this.
it's hard to watch.
It is. It's a brutal
rough.
beating. It's really brutal.
I've seen this movie dozens of times, like probably in the hundreds at this point. It's still tough to watch. Like, I can tell you every hit as it's coming. I'm like, fuck, that's still awful. I love Rocky. 5 stars.
Man, and this excites me. I'm gonna watch them all, even the Dookie ones now.
Again, you can
So-
skip 5. That's the
I'm
only
a
Dookie one.
completionist.
All right, well, yeah, it's not going to be fun.
That's fine.
But
I watched The Fanatic twice.
I have one through Balboa if you want to borrow them.
You know what? When I make the time, I will not say no.
All right, cool. I'll watch them with you.
Hell
It's been
yeah.
a while since I've seen 1. Been a long
Yeah.
while since I've seen 2.
Because there's like in the
But
movie,
3 and 4 I wear out.
there's like a full blown like montage of like the past like 3 movies before
Yeah.
this one, and like even like a Rocky 1 Sylvester Stallone. It's like, I know it's real. I know it exists. I know it happened. It's a thing in front of me right now. But even I'm just like, oh, it's gross. It's like a deep fake of baby Stallone, and I hate it. Get
It's
it away
pretty
from
weird.
Because literally, and I said this during the video, it was like, okay, Sylvester Stallone, how he looked in Rocky 4 is essentially like how I remember him from when I knew Sylvester Stallone was a person. That particular look.
What's going to be really weird is Rocky 3, because in that one he's not young. He's still younger.
Yeah.
But he's also really lean and really cut.
Yeah.
So it gives his face this weird, almost sunken angles and shit.
I mean, he has
It's
a very
awkward.
like pronounced facial features and like severe in certain respects.
Mm-hmm.
So like you just see this dude's big ass head, and just like you just see these always like weird like droopy features, and then you just see like that juxtaposed was like when he's like in the final battle, like he's fucking like the biggest broadside of a barn, but then like when he's like running around in the snow, like he seems much leaner, and like honestly, he had a pretty good outfit. That's a great look.
Yeah,
With
no,
the
it's a
jacket and
solid
the hat
look.
and like the skinny jeans, is like, ooh, he pulling that look
beard.
together.
That's a nice jacket. It's a really nice jacket.
Oh, yeah, that's a good coat.
And plus in my head, like the whole like second montage where he's just like running around the snow and Drago's in like the high school science lab. It's like I was like this all took place in a day.
Yeah.
It's it's like, oh, how long are they training? Why are they training so? Just like get to the business here.
Like, and I don't. God damn it! I don't mean to like sound like I'm like being a nitpicky critiquer or whatever the fuck. But yes, there is a lot of montages in this movie, and it's almost like this movie invented the montage at some point, almost to the point where it, like, at points comes off as almost parody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It becomes like a parody of itself.
But again, it also like I said earlier, like, you know what Rocky is, and these are there to, like, you know, just like get to the fucking point. You know, you're there to see these two dudes fight and also like get ready for this fight. So fucking train it. And I know, like, the first, like, which one was it with the famous like the big walk up the steps or whatever?
Rocky.
The first one? Yeah. Like, I guess that's when you see the first Rocky kids out there is where the montage was created. That's where the word was created and all that shit.
No, it's like 100-something-year-old method, but
No, that's not true.
Yeah, it goes all the way
That's
back
not true.
to like,
It's like,
Soviet,
obviously,
early Soviet film.
Rocky absolutely popularized the
but
montage.
it popularized it in like the modern notion of it. And I just think
Rocky
like
invented the montage, everyone.
I think Rocky 4 is just like the pure distillation of the Rocky. It's like all the hallmarks, like all the beats you know from Rocky and the franchise, from the montage, from the fights, from the training, like all that. They just took everything that Rocky was, cut out all the filler, and then just cranked it all up to 10.
Yeah.
And then that's why this one is the most memorable, because like it's just like the essence of Rocky, the franchise, the character, and everything in a single film.
And it's kind of like cranked up a little bit. But even like with the montages, like they're not inessential. Like, you know, mostly it's like the training and then the actual fight, because, you know, boxing matches like this one go a really long time.
I may have to go back and preface by saying it's not that there are montages that make me laugh. It's how some of them, how fast they happen between the next one.
Oh yeah,
that is what I'm saying.
There's one that's like 30 second. Like,
it's so quick.
No, montage 3 and montage 4 are both Rocky training in the snow, and they're only separated by Adrian showing up. Like, I couldn't stay away. I missed you. It's like 45 seconds to a minute and a half tops. And he goes right back into
It's
montage.
just long enough for you to change to the next song on the tape.
Yeah,
I think
great.
the only one that really is inessential is the second one. As fun as it is him driving in the car.
Yeah.
And because that one's where it's like, okay, I feel like we're padding for time here. There's like a lot of like reused footage.
That's where he's remembering his relationship with Apollo.
And that has my favorite song in the movie. I love.
It's so
But
good.
that confused me because I thought at first that was him like literally driving all the way to Russia. He was going to literally drive that car all the way to the water and just drive on the the too and just go.
I mean, he's so goddamn rich. Like, he bought an aquatic vehicle.
He has a robot. He can fucking make it happen, Captain.
What I love, even though it's not explicitly like pointed out, that the fact that, you know, when Adrian left to go meet Rocky in Russia, she just left her kid in the hands of their goddamn robot.
Oh my God, I didn't think about that.
Just like,
well, no, he was clearly with somebody else's parents because there were other kids there. He was watching.
Yeah, that's
maybe, but like
They
to
have
me,
friends.
it's much funnier to just say, "Okay, Rosie, watch after our boy."
robot.
Was the robot in the background?
Yeah, the robot was there.
robot was there.
Oh, there's no way that robot's in anybody else's house. That was their house.
Just the robot.
The robot's dressed like Santa Claus with boxing.
I didn't
gloves.
notice the robot in that scene.
And also, apparently, the robot is just a full service maid to Paulie, his trainer, and it's like, I guess he fucks it too. I guess.
And Carl Weathers, correct?
Yeah.
God, great and everything.
Fantastic. and everything,
I love
Amazing
that man.
actor.
He's great.
like
Fantastic.
when the Mandalorian first started and they announced the casting, the Rocky movies and Predator are why I was so fucking excited.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, they got Carl Weathers. They got fucking Carl Weathers. And like most of the people I know just kept looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, fuck you. It's Apollo Creed. How dare you?
Yeah. It's like that's an episode. It's like, how did you discover Carl Weathers? Let's talk about that.
But yeah, Rocky 4.
Like even though it's the fourth in the series and it's the first one I've seen to completion, I mean, hell, in a way, it's probably, like I said, the best one to start off with.
It's how I started.
It's great.
It's how I started.
Like there's always something going on. Like it gets to the point.
It's like Pat said. It's pure distilled Rocky.
Yes.
Like everything Rocky is, this movie is that.
And you know what? It's got me itching to watch more Rocky. So I'm happier for it. And like I said, I've seen Creed. I still haven't seen Creed 2.
It's good. Drago comes back.
Oh man, that makes me, and like Lundgren's performance in this, like even though like he doesn't really say a lot, but he doesn't really have to say a lot in this movie. His actions,
Also at this point, I don't think his English was super great. This was like one of his very first anythings.
Was this like before?
This was before anything else. This was 85.
Really, everything we watched.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like 85 led to 87 Masters of the Universe, which made 89 Punisher.
Well, they brought in Brigitte Nielsen to play the Lana character.
And little did we know that we see her just a few years down the road dating Flavor Flav and Strangelove.
Is it weird that like the surreal life was like my first introduction to Brigitte?
No, the same.
That was a lot of people's. Like, not many of us watched the Red Sonja movie.
I hadn't seen it. No,
it's not great. It's got Arnold in it. It was supposed to be Arnold playing Conan with Red Sonja, because that's what they do. But he didn't want to play Conan again. I forget exactly why. Like we'll need to do a Conan the Barbarian episode at some point.
Yeah. Watch the Momoa one too. It's gonna be great.
Fuck you.
No, we have to.
We don't have to. Shit.
All Conan.
No.
All Conan all the time.
And
O'Brien.
I'd watch Conan O'Brien.
I love Conan O'Brien.
But for some reason, he wanted to be a different character, so he's Keldor is the name in the movie.
It's just
Red
it's the
Sonja.
exact same
Even
character.
though it's just fucking Conan.
Not even Cole.
No, not even. Well,
Kevin Sorbo himself.
Cole was supposed to be Conan the King. But then Arnold dropped out, and they cast crazy person Kevin Sorbo as Cole the Conqueror, also starring Tia Carrera.
Yeah, also starring her. Yeah, full circle.
Full circle.
It's all a circle.
But yeah, Rocky 4. If you haven't seen it, fuck you. Go watch it.
Yeah, yes, please.
Get your heart on fire.
Like I don't. God, I've never really had like a desire to like make it. But now that I have seen one, I feel like I'm better for it.
Yeah,
I am happier because of it. I get it now. I get it now.
Yeah, because I saw Rocky 4 when I was in middle school, and that was a franchise I thought I would never get into. I'm like, fucking boxing, who likes that shit? And it is a very compelling movie.
I mean,
like, you don't have to like boxing to like Rocky.
It definitely helps, elevate boxing, at least in someone who's like, I like wrestling and comics. So you have like these larger than life characters. When you have these boxers basically be fucking cartoon characters, that really helps sell it for me.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Xavier Woods, when he was in TNA, he was No Consequences Creed?
Yeah, Consequences Creed,
and he modeled himself after Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
That's some good shit.
You've got Apollo Creed, you've got Ivan Drago, you got Mr. fucking T as Clubber Lang.
Hulk Hogan shows up at one point.
Hogan's
apparently.
there's Thunder Lips in Rocky 3. Like, Rocky has some of the best cartoon character antagonists.
Yeah.
If this wasn't a live action movie, you think it was a 80s cartoon.
Like, this is literally like a smorgasbord of just like all things pop culture for all of those eras.
Yeah.
And still holds water to this day.
And if you want to watch another really good boxing movie that has a different theme, different sort of feel, check out Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe.
I think that movie is pretty good.
It's Ron Howard. It's fantastic.
I'm also
Ron Howard is very hit or miss for me.
Well,
like the movies I like from him, pretty great. But then he'll make like the Jim Carrey Grinch, and I'm like,
I love that movie.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he directed that movie.
Yeah, the scene where the Grinch is pretending to direct Max the dog was just Jim Carrey doing his Ron Howard impression as the Grinch. Yeah.
That's cool.
I love the Grinch, though.
I'm sorry.
Compared to Cat in the Hat.
Well, yeah, but that is a very low bar to clear.
Point being, Cinderella Man is fantastic.
I am a sucker for a good like fighter movie. I mean, not necessarily, like martial arts, but like, to my knowledge, like, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember really liking it. It was an MMA movie. It starring Tom Hardy, and I
I
forgot.
was just about to bring that one up.
Warrior.
Because they're like two brothers that have to fight each other.
Yeah, like they enter like this fucking tournament in their own ways, and then they end up in the fucking finale fighting each other. And I remember really fucking digging that movie.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
But no, like Cinderella Man's definitely much more Oscar bait type.
Yeah.
But it's still really, really good, and it's based on a very true story.
I remember seeing trailers. It's just one that I just never got around to.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I will. I want to.
And yeah, I think that's a good place to call it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we've had a good time talking about Dolph Lundgren, who once answered a question of mine on a Reddit AMA.
Yes, he did.
It's a good time.
That's
Love
fucking
that, man.
fantastic.
That was the same day I met AJ Styles.
He had a very big day that day.
That was a hella good day for me.
So I guess we're not on the numbers quick enough to get the average, but I'm assuming it's Rocky IV is obviously like the
Yeah,
the
no, for
highest
sure.
rated
Rocky
one.
IV was our favorite movie, yeah. And yeah, so thank you all for listening, all three of you. Shout out to friend of the show, Joe, Postman Frank.
Whoop whoop.
That's about the only regulars that I still know listen to the show. But it's cool. We've been doing pretty steady numbers.
Yeah, just let us know in the comments if you're still out there, and just
Yeah.
don't swear.
Yeah,
so
don't
we
swear.
can see them.
Well, I mean, fuck, Apple Podcasts is so screwed up these days anyway.
Yeah. There's so many other options to listen to us on, and maybe you can leave comments there. I don't know.
Very soon, I hope to get the YouTube channel up.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting it. The past couple months have been insane.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
A lot going on.
yeah, I want to get the YouTube channel up. I want to get more commercials for stuff. Want to get some more Rob's reviews and the karaoke bits. It's been tough. Like I said, I've been pretty burnt out, so I'm just struggling to get through regular life right now. But we'll get there.
If I ever come up with some like stupid bullshit, I can always like be like, Pat, Jonathan, hey, I'm gonna like film an ad, and let's just like, I'm gonna send something stupid. Let's send it to Justin.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
if
just do something.
if y'all want to do that, yeah, I can.
I mean, why not? We got the shit.
Yeah, like just like you want to just film or like just record whatever it is, like the words and shit, and I can produce it up and get it going. That'd be fun. Yeah. But anyway, let's get to the plugs, and then I'm gonna go home and pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
So,
Night night.
Jonathan, where can the people, all two of them, find you?
My name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIIBY24 and JohnOwnSon12 on Letterboxd.
Patrick.
Hello, this is Patrick. We thank you all for listening. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name, or on Facebook at John Lost His Name. Or if you're listening to this the week it comes out, on Tuesday, The Late Takes, Tanner dropped the first spinoff of his spinoff show, The Late Takeout, is where he tries new and bizarre fast food items. And on Monday, the main show, AYCH, we had a impromptu banner session with Jonathan, Cannon, and myself, where we just hung out and shot the shit, and it was a really good time. I strongly encourage you to listen to, and as a fun happenstance, it takes place exactly 10 episodes after the last Cannon Shoots Hard episode, which was also born out of a last-minute change in plans.
I like how between the shows and the spin-off shows of the shows and the special episodes of the spin-off episodes of the shows, there are more different types of shows than people who participate in these shows now.
Yeah, there's only 6 people that make these shows, but there's like over 20 different shows on the network.
Well, like there's the 4 of us, there's Wenzel, there's Colt, there's Tanner, we get Frank sometimes. There you are. Oh, it's funny.
Hey, like Tanner said, we record 9 days a week, and we're busy just making the content. I mean, literally, the episode that came out on Monday, episode 230, that's our 50th episode on AYCH for the year.
Oh, God.
I mean, on average, we make 60 episodes a year on AYCH alone.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So pretty much you're like, there's so much of you recorded out there.
I mean, we'll hit 300 total pieces of audio on the AYCH feed before the end of the year.
Yeah, because I was talking about AYCH to a friend of the show, Joe, at work the other day, and I was way off, even though it's probably closer than we think. But I was just like, yeah, man, I'm pretty sure they're like 400 episodes right now.
I mean, we'll get there quicker than you think.
Oh yeah, it's getting there, bud.
Cannon.
Yes.
Where can the people find you?
Well, I have been That Cannon Guy. The people can find me at That Cannon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, and the Letterboxd. And if you are listening to this on the week it comes out, I shitted.
I'm Justin, also known as Captain Shimmy. You can find me at Captain Shimmy's Kinda Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music. I'm at the comic strip over on Hargrove Road here in Tuscaloosa. You want to buy a comic, come buy a comic. It's a good time. Also, if you're listening to this the week it comes out, then this past Saturday was my birthday, and I ate so much that on Sunday I shitted 12 times. It was...
Yeah, no, Shannon gave us a text message the next morning. It's like, dog, I'm blowing it up in here.
Like, it was because we had corn dogs and mini corn dogs and little smokies and cakes and cupcakes and just sodas. And
Fantastic
chips.
spread.
It was great.
I got a little sick to my stomach about 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. It's like, ooh.
Well, I mean, you guys had also been drinking heavily at that point.
That's not as heavily as we have been drinking, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
did not
fair,
have
yeah.
an ounce of alcohol. Thank you.
I
very much.
really
That's
didn't
fair.
drink as much. But however, the next day, I actually, strangely enough, had trouble doing that.
I had zero issues.
12 whole
Like,
times.
Kind of the opposite problem.
I got home
It
at
was
2.
a clearance sale. Everything must go.
I got home. I got in bed at 2 a.m. Again, stone cold sober. I don't drink. So I just had foods and sodas and shit. Got in bed at 2 a.m., bloated and just miserable. I was like, I'm going to vomit a cupcake right
A
now.
lot of squirty-inducing foods.
So,
No,
But
like,
like-
see, when Shimmy woke up in the morning, it was like that scene from Godfather. They throw the covers like, this like liquid
let me tell you
dookie
what
everywhere.
happened, right? So I lay in bed at 2 o'clock. I'm like, I'm hurting, but I'm going to bed, goddammit. And I'm going to sleep as long as I can.
Squirting.
So I'm laying in bed all night. I'm getting up. I'm eating Tums. I'm burping. I'm farting. I'm just bloated, and it's horrible. I don't regret anything. The food was delicious. Fuck it. But at 8:45, it's the cartoons where the character's just sleeping. All of a sudden, their eyes shoot up, and it sounds like breaking china. It's like just.
It's just
It's like,
it's
shit.
It's like the gif of Squidward waking up in the middle of the night.
Exactly that. I'm like, nope, it's pooping time. And I sat down and just like, it's bad.
It's like the
And that was-
Thunderdome in here.
I was 1 out of 12 for the rest of that day.
I love how the plugs and the goodbyes turned into shit stories. A whole episode will be dedicated to our boom booms in the future. TM.
Shit stories coming soon to UnCaged. I mean, hell, there's at least 2 episodes of AYCH that's just doo-doo stories.
I've probably got 2 episodes just of my own shit stories.
When's the shitting greatness episode?
That's what we do. We shit great.
Travolting develop poop?
Don't let anyone
Caging shit.
Don't let anyone shat on your great.
No, we'll just do one about poop. It's called revolting development. It's fine.
Ew.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Poopy.
Listening to our stupid bullshit.
Oh God.
I miss you. I shit my my bed, Jeremy.
Like, say we-
my bed.
I'm so glad we did this. Even we originally planned on not doing it,
Yeah,
but
no, we
I'm
were-
so glad we did
We're
it.
gonna put
So
this.
full of boo boo.
We're gonna put this recording off for a couple.
Get a full day for
man,
your
I was
Missy.
Change me, Dad.
Aldo hated every movie that we watched tonight, or not tonight, through the past few days.
Oh God. Okay. Thank you, none of you at this point for listening. Just to give you a quick look ahead into what's coming before we go. Just poop.
You can come now.
Tomorrow,
next-
shit. The next day, shit.
Next week we'll be reviewing Prisoners of the Ghostland,
Oh fuck yeah!
which I'm very excited for. Week after that will be John's special episode of UnCaged.
And I got a special movie
It's a humdinger.
that I think only Pat is going to enjoy.
Terrified. After that will be Vampire's Kiss, hopefully with our special guest JR. I need to reach out to him. He's been doing a bunch of cons, been real busy. I didn't want to bother him.
Yeah.
Then Season of the Witch, and then for the final week of October is Ghost Rider 1 and 2 with Postman Frank. Should be fun to listen to him scream bloody murder. And then after that will be the birthday month of canon, Travolting Development,
That's a lot
John
of pressure.
Leguizamo Day, and then some other stuff. But we got some fun stuff coming.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
John's
on
already
Canon.
walked off, so
We spoke
He's
the
gotta go
shit-a-ting into existing.
so that's it for today. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next time.
It's not a bit. Jonathan actually walked off to go boom
Caging
boom.
greatness. Don't let anybody cage your shit.
Goodbye, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Shim. I love
Thanks,
you, bud.
guys.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga.
I can't stop listening.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga.
Deep inside me,
Girl, you
Just
don't realize
what you
do.
to me,
when you hold me
your arms,
So tight.
you
me.
nope. Everything's all right.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga,